Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Xoxo, this is Xoxo Tarot, and in today's highly requested reading, we are going to be looking at who is entering your life and why, and we are specifically going to be focusing on new connections, and these connections are any type. So romantic, platonic, soul fam, we're leaving it open to any type of connection here. So to break down the reading, I do want to say this is timeless. Whenever you found it is when it is meant for you. But we are going to start each pile, each reading, by looking at who this person is that is coming into your life. Now, my intention is for new connections to come out. As many of you may know, it doesn't matter what my intentions are. Sometimes spirit will just tell you whatever you need to hear. So I make no promises. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm doing my best, but hopefully new connections are what is coming out. So we will start by pulling some oracle cards to see who this person is. But I wanted to add a little bit of a warning that just because the energy sounds familiar, like someone from your past or like you, doesn't mean that it is you or it is someone from your past. It's important to remember that even if people leave our lives, we can have new people enter that have similar energies. So just be aware of that. But I would say that it's probably more likely if you get a reading and it sounds like you, it is probably a new version of yourself coming in. So that's definitely a possibility, and I don't want to rule that out because very often you guys will pick piles that resemble your energy. But if you do find one that is you, feel free to pick another pile. If you find one that's not you, feel free to pick another pile anyway. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, it's quite possible there may be multiple people entering your life. And I will give like every interpretation that I'm seeing of what type of connection this energy could be. So in each pile, like if it seems like it could be romantic or platonic or both, you know, I'll go into everything. But once we've done that, and gone through that part, we're going to get into the tarot, and we are going to start asking some questions. And those questions are going to start with, why is this person coming into your life? Ooh, also want to mention, if someone recently entered your life, it could be, this reading could be confirmation of them entering your life as well. So keep that in mind. But then we'll look at when/how you will meet and see, did I say why is this person coming into your life? Sorry, I have really bad short-term memory, but we're gonna look at that, and then we'll see when/how you will meet. Timing is very tricky because like technically time isn't real, and divine timing is created through our actions. So we'll see what comes up for that. And then we will look at what your overall dynamic with this person will be like, and we'll finish off by looking at one thing that they will love about you, and that, yeah. No need to add on to that, that's pretty clear. But after that, we'll get some guidance on manifesting this person if they're not in your life yet. And if they are in your life, then the guidance will be around developing your connection with this person. So hopefully that will be clear and useful. And then we will finish off with a letter from your spiritual team or heaven or the universe, whatever you are comfortable with, whatever you believe in that is unconditionally loving. If you don't have a belief system that involves unconditionally loving energies, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but I would highly recommend maybe adding some of that because you deserve to feel the unconditional love the universe has for you. So with that being said, we have 4 different groups to choose from. Starting with the first deck of tarot cards, we are going to be using the Tarot of Oneness, and I have this Ametrine rose on top. And then for pile 2, we are going to be using the Star Spinner Tarot, and I have this, I believe it's Druzy agate flower on top. And then for pile 3, we are going to be using the Santa Muerte Tarot, and I have this Fire Quartz rose on top. And then finally for pile 4, we are going to be using the 8th House Tarot, and I have this Rhodonite Lotus on top. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile or piles you feel most drawn to. Like I said, it's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. I just had a really good idea for a reading. Do you guys want me to do a reading about why this person keeps coming back into your life? Let me know if you want a reading like that. Because I just thought of that and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Obviously not right now because we're focused on new connections. And I will say right now that whoever is coming into your life, they better be new. And if they're not new, they better be in a new energy, because I specified new. That's all I can do though. So don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I'm getting distracted now. But anyway, yeah, it's okay to be drawn to more than one pile. That's absolutely fine. It's quite possible there could be multiple people coming into your life, or you could have multiple messages. Maybe one pile represents you. There's tons of different variations of what it could be. But the most important thing is that you take what resonates and trust whatever feelings you get in your heart. So, you know, if you get a reading and, you know, you're unsure of whether it's for you or not, just ask if it's resonating. Take the stuff that resonates, discard the rest. It's literally that simple. I know it doesn't seem like it should be. It's like kind of confusing to our linear brains that like it doesn't require more work than that, but it really is that simple. If it resonates, it's for you. If it doesn't, it's not. And you know, for some of this, it may not resonate quite yet because you haven't met this person yet. So I would highly recommend holding on to the reading or like saving it if you haven't met this person yet. And then once you do meet them, come back and see how accurate it is. Let me know if it is accurate. But with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get into the readings now. Thank you guys so much for being here and for letting me read for you. I'm really excited to see what comes through in each of these groups. Feel free to let me know. But once you have picked your pile or piles, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comment section where I will have all the timestamps listed below. Shout out to everyone who sticks around for these intros. I'm honestly really shocked at the amount of you guys that like stay here and listen to that. So thank you for having such excellent listening comprehension skills. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. You restore my faith in humanity. Okay, so with that being said, now finally, go ahead and scroll down to the description box in the comment section where I'll have all the timestamps listed below. And once you have picked your pile or piles, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile one. Welcome to your reading and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Ametrine Rose and the Tarot of Oneness deck, then this is going to be your reading on who is coming into your life and why. The intention is to have new connections coming in, but I make no promises. I can't control what comes out, but do just be aware of the fact that it may sound like someone from your past, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is. But if the reading sounds like you, it's likely a newer version of yourself coming in. But if you don't want to hear about yourself, feel free to pick a different pile. So, oh, and if it sounds like you, could also be someone who mirrors your energy. But let's go ahead and start by looking at who this person is. So to start, we have the heart chakra with love. We have the 4th house with home and moon in Cancer. We have shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. The shadow attribute is projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. We have vision with Pisces and the sun. And finally, we have perseverance. So I'm actually getting, well, I guess it's important to mention if you didn't see in the intro that this isn't just for romantic connections, but this is a really beautiful energy. And the first example that I want to give of what this could be is going to be very specific. So for those of you who, you will know if this message is for you. I don't give messages like this very often, so you will know if it's for you. But if it's not for you, stick around. I have plenty of interpretations that are not that. I don't want to be freaking out people that this isn't for, but for some of you, the vibe that I'm getting that the person that's coming into your life could be a new family member, probably in the form of hello baby. You will know if that's for you or not, but the special thing about this is this new baby. I don't know why I want to say it like that, like from Schitt's Creek, like the way Moira says bebe. That's kind of like, I want to say it that way for some reason. I haven't even really seen much of that show, but I've seen that character go bebe. But anyway, one unique characteristic about this is that this baby could really emulate or look very similar to an ancestor of yours that either passed away already, or that maybe you never met but passed away before you met them, and like they had a really strong connection to your family. You know, obviously some people believe that that is like the ancestor being reincarnated. I won't say what that is, but I will say, even if that is the case and that's what you believe in, that doesn't detract from the fact that like that soul has had two separate experiences as two separate people. Like the child will be a different person. They won't be like they won't be that person, you know what I mean? But for some of you, I get this vibe like this could be a really, really welcome addition to your life. Some like in terms of a child, like definitely a child that's very creative, very loving. We have like the moon, we have Cancer, and no matter what, even if this isn't a child, I'm laughing because I'm thinking of a vine and I can't say it because it's too inappropriate, but some of you will know what I'm talking about. Is there anything worse than a blank? Boom. A child. No. You will know what I'm talking about if you're part of the Vine days, but a lot of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, that is one interpretation that I'm getting. But for the rest of you, this is definitely a connection full of love. I mean, we literally have that right here. This is someone that's going to be very close to your heart and feel like home. So that could be a romantic interest, or it could be like a very, very special friend that is coming into your life. And the one thing that I'm seeing here is that this is someone who you are going to know for a very long time. This is a connection that is going to persevere through time, and this is going to be a connection that you might almost see coming. Like the fact that we have this vision card here, you might almost feel this person coming before they're coming, or have a dream about them before you meet them. Now, this person could be a Pisces sun. Maybe you're due during Pisces season, which if the baby one resonates, like, first of all, congratulations, that's so wonderful. And if that is not something that you want and you're not in that pile, chill the frick out and be happy for the group that is having that, and be happy that that's not what's happening to you, because that's not what you want. Anyway, I know people get very like antsy when the baby interpretation comes up, but it doesn't come up very often, but I have to say it, I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you don't want that, be careful. And anyway, don't take away from the ones that are happy about it. That's their interpretation, not yours. Anyway, I definitely think with the shapeshifter here, like this is someone that you are going to see evolve, and vice versa. I also think that this is someone that you're going to connect to on many layers. Like, depending on who they are, like for example, if they're a romantic interest, you might discover as you get to know them, like you discover more layers of this person, and you're just like really, really shocked by the depth of them. I think one thing you will have in common is a similar depth. Like you can have these really deep conversations and they can dive as deeply as you can. Not only that, they're gonna feel like home to you, and there's gonna be a sense of emotional security and emotional safety. If I also feel like there's gonna be too this kind of protective nature between the both of you, where you really, really care about one, just like making sure that you're being a good friend, lover, parent, but two, there's gonna be this like just this really beautiful unspoken bond and understanding between the two of you, especially for those of you where this isn't like a family thing and this is a chosen family thing. Chosen family, not biology family. Well, families don't have to be biology, but in terms of like a dynamic where it's a platonic or romantic relationship, I really do think that there will be this unspoken bond that neither of you will understand, because it's going to happen like very quickly. You're both going to feel very emotionally safe with each other, and you might find yourself talking about things that you've never talked about before, and you're not even thinking about it. You're like it just comes out, and you're like, I can't believe I just told this person that. And then they have this moment where they're like, oh really, you feel that way too? Like either like, I've had the same experience, or I know exactly what you're talking about, or they're very supportive and caring. Like there's a very nurturing aspect to this connection where you're going to feel very, very safe with one another. You're going to feel like you can tell one another anything. And you know, obviously relationships have their ups and downs, but this is definitely one that is meant to persevere for the long haul. And you know, one thing that I noticed here, which unfortunately I had to censor the booty because YouTube isn't fun, but you know, I noticed that the woman here is naked and she has her back turned to the viewer. And so I really do feel like there is this sense of vulnerability between the two of you where you feel safe enough to like literally have your backs exposed to one another. Not in a, I mean, I guess in a literal way, but in a metaphorical way where you trust each other. You don't you're not going to be backstabbing one another or something like that. There's a deep amount of respect. And the one thing I will say, if this is a child that is coming into your life, be very careful, because they are going to be very good at stretching the truth. They're also going to be very good at, like, they're going to be a little bit sneaky, but I feel like for especially the intuitive mamas out there, like, you'll probably be very good at picking up on that. I'm not a parent, so I don't really understand all of that, but I do think that this child is going to be very, very emotionally intelligent, and I think artistically inclined. But that artistic inclination extends to whoever this person is for you. I definitely think that you could share a love of artistic expression, or share a love of spiritual exploration, whatever that is for you. I definitely think that there is just this sense of like, you can be yourselves around each other, and the love that you share is not based on like one specific factor. I think the first factor that's going to bring you together is this mutual sense of camaraderie and connection. Like, obviously, like if it's a parent-child thing, that's a bit different. They have no choice but to connect to you. But like with a friend or romantic interest, there's gonna be this kind of like intangible energy between the two of you where you just feel in sync. And that is like what starts things and creates kind of a solid foundation. But then as time passes, you will love each other's evolutions. You will love how the both of you grow. You will love how you rub off on one another, in the sense that like you start to behave similarly to each other. Like you might start saying similar phrases or things like that. And there's kind of just this beautiful like energy of your life before you met this person and your life after. Like no matter who they are to you, there's this really special love that you both share, where you know that you're safe with each other. You know that you can be honest with one another. And especially if this is a friendship situation, you might go like 2 months without talking sometimes, especially depending on, you know, how crazy life can get. But it's like you pick up exactly where you left off once you do reconnect. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if this is a friendship, I would definitely say it's pretty low maintenance. If this is like a romantic relationship, I would definitely say that this person will wear many hats. And I feel like they can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And I feel like you will love every iteration of this person. I also feel like both of you will really value security and will really value like coziness with one another. For some of you, you might even end up like becoming roommates with this person. Roommates. And well, depending on well, obviously if it's a lover, it's quite likely that you move in with one another. But like if this is a platonic situation, I wouldn't be shocked if you end up like moving in together. You might find that you both work really well together, and sometimes like, you know, moving in with a friend isn't the best idea, but I actually think that this is a situation that could work out, because both of you are very protective of one another's feelings and care about one another's feelings. There's a beautiful like respectful energy here, and there's gonna be a safety and understanding that you both can be honest with one another. You both can be open with one another. You both can share your emotions and not fear the other person's like reaction to it. I also think with like this Pisces energy here that there's gonna be you both there, even though you both are two separate people, the connection that you have will almost be an entity of itself. Like the you and them create us, and that us is an entity in of itself, and that will have its own energy, and it will be very interesting to see how us evolves as well. This is a really beautiful energy, and I really love it. I would just definitely say for the parents out there, or the future parents out there, that this child will keep you on your toes a little bit, but yeah, they will be very, very incredible. No matter what, this person is incredible, and it takes an incredible person to connect with an incredible person. So yeah, this is a really beautiful energy. I'm really excited to go deeper. So I'm going to start getting into your tarot cards now, which I think it's interesting because you guys chose the Tarot of Oneness, and you know, I do think that there will be this sense of oneness between the two of you, like in whatever way that makes sense to you. Excuse me, sir. Please get back to your designated flower area. But while I am shuffling, I do just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that takes the time to leave me a like, a comment, subscribe, stuff like that. Like, it helps me out more than you realize, like especially just leaving a like if you're enjoying it. Thank you to everybody who does that, because it is so freaking helpful. And you know, I'm just so, it's the little things that help so much. So thank you to everybody who does that. But we're gonna go ahead and start by looking at why this person is coming into your life. So Spirit, why is this person coming into pile one's life? And I quickly wanted to mention as well, signs. We have Pisces sun, but I think Pisces is an energy, Leo is an energy. We have more Leo energy with that 8. And we have Cancer with the moon. And the moon is also ruled by Cancer. So a lot of water energy. Doesn't have to be those signs, but take it as it resonates. We have the Ace of Swords. So I definitely feel like, can we clarify this Ace of Swords? The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So this person is definitely meant to be in your life in terms of, well, a lot of different reasons, but I feel like one of the biggest reasons why they're coming into your life is for clarity. They're going to give you a lot of clarity about the types of people that you deserve to have in your life. Obviously, if this is like a child of some kind, it's going to be a bit different. I feel like, especially if it's your first child, this could be a situation where, you know, why are they coming into your life? Probably because you were trying to make that happen, or probably because they were meant to in a way. But there's also like a lot of, what's the right way to explain this? If the parent one resonates with you, then I think like one big thing is you're going to be learning a lot about doing things differently, and learning a lot about going about in the world from a different perspective and a different way that will actually bring you clarity, not only on your role in the lives of others, but I think it'll also help you improve your routines and recognize what actually serves you. No matter what, though, I definitely think that for a lot of you, this could be something that you've been manifesting, or something that you've been looking for quite a while, or you felt like is out there. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially if this is a manifestation of some kind, I feel like your guides really want to commend you on how committed you've been to your own journey, especially with the Action of Pentacles being here, which is definitely the Knight. I feel like this is a time, like this person coming in is a, what's the right word to use? This person coming in is a direct, like it's a blessing coming from all the hard work you've been doing. It's like a harvest, essentially. Like the seeds that you've been planting, the work that you've done on yourself, you know, the evolution that you've gone through. Like, why is this person coming into your life? Because you're not only meant to, I feel like in general, you're meant to connect with this person, but also I think that this is a wonderful opportunity for you to feel connected to someone in a more powerful way where it doesn't feel like you're doing everything alone anymore. I think it's really interesting that we have a parrot on the Ace of Swords. I feel like this is someone who will echo a lot of the things that you have felt, a lot of the things that you've believed about the world. And I definitely feel like they're coming in to help you see that you're not the only one that sees the world that way. And I feel like it's going to be something where it's like you've known this person is out there. You've known that this is going to happen, but you've always doubted it because, you know, there's that little voice in your head that's like, yeah, but how do I truly know? I don't know that. I don't have evidence. And this person is coming in like they're the evidence. They are the clarity of why you've had those intuitive feelings. They're the reason why, you know, you have known that they're out there. Like, I feel like this may be a manifestation, but at the same time, I think it's also a natural effect of all the work you've been doing on yourself. Like, I feel like one thing that Spirit is highlighting is that you really need to give yourself credit for how consistent you've been and how much you've grown. I don't think you recognize actually how much you've grown, but this person's going to kind of help you see that. I think they're also going to help you see yourself in a more accurate light, where you might be really hard on yourself at times. And I think it's interesting that in this Knight of Pentacles, we only see the shadow of the person on the horse. And so I think that this person is coming in to really help you see not only your value and your worth, but also be a dependable, solid person to lean on and to have support from. Because I think that you're definitely a very supportive person, but you don't always necessarily get that in return. And there might be a part of you that's like, what if that just isn't out there? I feel like, honestly, the reason why this person is in your life is so much more than the reasons that I'm listing, and it's so much deeper. But I think that the reason why the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles are coming out is because this person is going to be the clarity on, like, why you've had certain intuitive feelings about an unknown person coming into your life. It's like they're coming into your life to make you aware of the intuitive feeling, to confirm the intuitive feeling that you've had all along and help you realize, like, this work hasn't been for nothing. Like, this work has been worth it. And I feel like one big thing that your guides want you to know is, like, if you haven't met this person yet, like, they are coming. Like, you don't have to worry about that. And you might feel like it's taking so long and it's taking forever. And, you know, it's hard because timing is something that's so different from our perspective compared to, like, the universe. But it's coming sooner than you think, and it's assured. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow, but this person is really coming in to help you get so much clarity on yourself, on what you deserve, on being in your truth. I definitely feel like this is someone that will help you embrace all aspects of who you are and not just, I feel like there are parts of yourself you hide from the world because you feel like they're parts of yourself that you should be ashamed of, or you feel like you might feel like an outcast in some way. And I feel like this person is going to be similar, and it's like they're going to relieve a loneliness that you thought or you worried you would never not feel. And I'm thinking of the phrase, like, birds of a feather flock together, and I just definitely think that, like, this is someone that is aligning in your life because, you know, you both have a lot of similarities. And I think that this relationship could be one that is very healing no matter what type of relationship it is, where you realize, like, I feel like especially for those of you where this is like a friendship or a romantic interest, like, you may have felt like nobody's ever there for you the way that you're there for them, or nobody shows you the consistency that you show them. And I feel like one thing that this person is doing is gonna say, nah, actually, there are people that will do that. Like, you've just been around the wrong people before. So I want to see when/how you will meet. I say when/how just because you never know what Spirit's gonna say. So Spirit, what can pile 1 know about how they're gonna meet this person? When/how are they gonna meet this person? We have the King of Swords. So can we clarify that? What is this King of Swords? Ooh, okay. So you might actually meet them through someone, and they could be an air sign, specifically a male air sign. But also the fact that we have death and rebirth, that is a big inclination to me that for some of you, how will you meet them? Well, through given birth. But for others of you, I have, like, one thing is you can meet this person during Scorpio season, like water energy is definitely highlighted here. But I feel like how you could meet this person if you don't meet them through like another person, like through a mutual friend, I think it could be through doing some sort of like intellectual pursuit, or quite literally putting yourself out there more. If you've been on a path of evolution anyway, I feel like one thing that Spirit is saying is you're kind of naturally meeting them, like you're gonna naturally align with them, but there's, what's the best way to describe this? I'm really getting so much like right now and I don't know how to put it into words. The more you embrace your transformation, the more you follow like the urges that you feel to like do something a little bit different, or do something that is either intellectually stimulating or serves the person that you're becoming, the more likely it is that you are going to meet this person. So like one example that I'm getting is like, for example, maybe some of you are thinking about going back to school. That could be a way where you meet this person. Maybe you're thinking about spending more time like at your local library or something like that. Like you could meet them there. I definitely think that intellectual pursuits are highlighted here, so you could definitely meet them doing something. I also just heard Dungeons and Dragons, so maybe you'll meet them through like, maybe you'll be in the same campaign or something with them, or something like that. But there's definitely like, I don't, even if this is a romantic interest, I don't think it's immediately going to be romantic. Like I think it's going to start as something more like cordial and respectful, and I definitely think there's a meeting of the minds here. So whatever way that makes sense for you. But also with the like death rebirth card here, I think that they could come after a very powerful ending of some kind. Like for example, you might make a choice to like make a different move, to fly to a new place, if you will. It seems like birds are very significant to this connection. When you've shed some of your skin, shed part of yourself, it seems like a big change. You might meet them after a big ending or a big change, or a big change inspires you to take some sort of action that you wouldn't normally do, or inspires you to do something that is very intellectually stimulating, and you'll meet them that way. I know that's kind of confusing, but hopefully that makes sense. But also with swords, that is communication, so you could also meet them online. But if that's the case, I feel like there will be, I don't know how much it's like on like a dating website or something like that. For example, I feel like you would meet them in like a Discord or an online group around a similar interest. Like I just heard like conspiracy theories, like maybe you both are like into conspiracy theories, or maybe you meet, like I definitely think there will be common interest, and debate could be something significant as well. But one of the biggest ones that I'm getting is that you could literally meet this person through an air sign person with masculine energy. The air signs are Libra. I almost said Capricorn, Taurus. Those are earth signs. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini are the air signs. But anyway, now I want to see what your overall dynamic with this person will be like. Obviously, there are nuances to every dynamic, but the general dynamic between the two of you, Spirit, what will the general dynamic between pile 1 and this person be? Oh, I love this with the Ace of Wands. Every day is a new adventure. Like, there's definitely going to be a mutual bond over creativity. And I think, like, one thing you both might love is creating things that are very, like, layered and that have, like, hidden meanings to them. With the Ace of Wands here as well, I definitely feel like if this is a romantic connection, there could definitely be your attraction could be very passionate and physical. I mean, we do have a lot of fire here, but with the Ace of Wands, I feel like the both of you will always keep it exciting. Like, you will always be excited to see each other. Like, if this is a child, for example, I definitely think that they are going to be very fun. They are going to, like, I see, like, a kid, like they're gonna be a lot sometimes, because I can see, like, a kid, like, drawing with crayons on the wall. Oh, I just heard a car horn. I was like, what is that? But no matter what, like, your overall dynamic is definitely very passionate. I feel like anytime you see one another, you automatically get, like, the same energy as, like, the hot Cheeto girl in high school. Like, you're just so excited. Like, it's 7 a.m., but y'all don't care. Like, you're yelling across the hallway, being like, oh my gosh, hi! Like, so excited to see one another. I just think naturally, like, there's going to be this really beautiful regenerative energy between the two of you, where it's like, you know, time may pass and you may have your highs and lows, like, especially if this is a relationship or you guys are very close, you know, obviously, like, that happens in relationships, but it's like the central dynamic centers around this, like, fire between the two of you, this excitement. And I love that even this love is represented by flames. Like, there's gonna be this just passion for life and excitement with one another, where, like, things that you would never do on your own, or you would never do if you hadn't met this person, like, you guys are going to do really unique things that you would never do with anyone else because of each other's interests, because of, like, interesting ideas. And I also think that there's a spontaneity between the two of you that's going to be really fun. Like, if this is a friend, for example, you know, your friend might be like, hey, I want to go to Guam right now, you want to come with me? And you're gonna be like, yes, and just go. Like, I feel like there's gonna be this freedom, not only to be yourselves, but also to just have fun. And, like, there's a goofy, silly energy here that I really love to see. And I feel like, and what I love, the fact that with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, like, you definitely need someone in your life that's more intellectually stimulating. And that, I think that really interesting thing too is, like, kids are very intellectually stimulating. So if it is a kid, like, they definitely will be, like, they will really challenge your beliefs on what you think is true. They will challenge your beliefs on, like, you know, like, for example, I see all the time parents that talk about, like, when they said that they weren't going to let their kid do XYZ, and then, you know, they have a kid and then they let the kid do XYZ. You might find that, like, you shift your rules, you shift how, you shift what's important to you. But no matter what, this is definitely very fun, very exciting, and there's always, like, an automatic, like you both light up like puppy dogs when you see one another. Like this is the energy of when you get home from work or school or somewhere and your dog is just, like, losing their mind because they're so excited to see you. You know what I mean? Even if you've only been gone for, like, a half an hour, it's like that vibe. So now I want to see one thing that this person will love about you. Spirit, what will this person love about pile 1? Oh, this is so cute. Okay. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. So we have the Six of Cups. This is literally, like, my favorite card in any tarot deck. This is my favorite card. This is soulmate energy. So whether this is a romantic soulmate, a platonic soulmate, a familial soulmate, this is someone who is soul fam. And one thing that they're going to love about you is your inner child, for sure. If this person is a child, I think one thing that they're going to love about you is the fact that you play with them, the fact that they can have fun with you. You know, I'm noticing like the friendship bracelets. So I feel like if this is a child, they're definitely going to have a very special connection to you. They're definitely going to trust you. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of fun that you have together. And oh my gosh, I didn't even notice it, but look, there's a little puppy here. So yeah, definitely that like puppy dog energy of just like excitement and the pure joy and just pure like happiness to be around one another. One thing that they're going to love about you is just the connection that you share with one another. The fact that they feel free to be themselves around you. The fact that they feel like them, like the younger version of themselves when they're with you, if they're not a child. They're gonna feel this sense of like, yeah, pile one is like, that's my person. Like, depending on, you know, what this connection is to you, obviously, there's just gonna be this like, that is my bitch, that is my person, like, that's my baby. Like, there's just this beautiful, beautiful love between the two of you that will be forged very quickly because of the connection that you have. And then it will be solidified by the time you spend together, and as you grow and evolve, like that love and care that you have for one another is just only gonna get stronger and more solid. And this connection will definitely keep you young. And I feel like that's beautiful. And I think one thing too, that this person will love about you is the fact that you will keep them young. Especially if they're not as playful. Like, I definitely feel like this person may be more versatile than you are. Like, they can connect with a lot of different types of people, and they can kind of connect to different types of people, but I feel like they will love the type of person that you are and the type of person that they become when they're around you. And I feel like that's going to be something that just makes them really treasure you. And also like the loyalty that you have, that is going to be something that they really honor. And I think that also you may be a very creative person, and I think that they're just going to love the memories that you create together, like how much you will go through and grow through together, and the support system that you will be for one another. Like, this is just a very, very beautiful energy, and they're definitely just going to see you as a very beautiful person. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get some guidance now on what to do in terms of like, if you haven't met this person yet, guidance on like manifesting. And if you do know this person, then this guidance can represent like guidance on like connecting with them or evolving the connection. So to start, we have a new dawn. Good news is coming, hard times are over. So if you've gone through a really difficult change recently, or maybe, for example, maybe some of you, like, especially if this is a romantic energy, maybe you've had a relationship end with like an air sign person, and maybe you're feeling like, I don't know, like maybe you're really questioning, like, is my person out there like I thought they were? And I feel like Spirit might be saying no, like they were just a stepping stone to finding the right person. But no matter what, I really do feel like, oh, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. I'm such a silly goose. One big thing is that if you are someone who is very logical, you might have to let go of needing to figure out how this person is coming in, or let go of needing to like strategize or come up with a plan, because I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this is going to come in no matter what. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate it. So that could be a message for some of you, but I definitely see here a new dawn. Good news is coming, hard times are over, which is beautiful. And so I feel like Spirit is definitely saying trust in that and continue like moving forward, moving towards the light. We also have first quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. So this is a sacral chakra card. So you might want to look specifically at blockages in your sacral chakra. If you know what that is, you might want to look into like sacral chakra healing. But also I think in general, you might want to ask yourself, like, what blockages do I have in terms of like opening up to a person? What blockages do I have in terms of like unhealthy beliefs? I feel like one of the biggest things that could be holding you back is like your beliefs around your worth or your lovability, or around this type of person coming in. And I feel like what you need to do is recognize that you exist, and what you're seeking is seeking you. So how could this person not be out there? You know what I mean? But we also have surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time for recreation and rejuvenation. So yeah, I feel like Spirit is really encouraging you to have more fun and be more playful and really embrace, you know, that inner child of yours and embrace, you know, the more playful aspects of you, because that could also be something that helps you meet this person, or at the very least, you know, time flies when you're having fun. So even if you don't meet this person through that way, you could at the very least speed up how long it feels it takes for them to come into your life. Or if you already know them, because I forgot to say as well that this could be confirming a person that you've met recently. I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to be more playful and recognize where your blockages are towards connecting with your person. But we also have Cosmic Ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. So I definitely think that Spirit is really asking you to continue embracing the parts of, like, the more intuitive parts of yourself, the more like Piscean aspects of yourself. Like, the fact that we have this vision card here, I just wouldn't be shocked if you're helping bringing in this person by like visualizing them, or you might get insights about this connection through your visualizations. I feel like you're being encouraged to continue any like visualization, manifestation techniques, but also just continue like having hope and good faith in like the cosmic ocean of creation. Like, things are constantly being created. And I'm actually thinking of like a manifestation example right now around Jim Carrey. He was talking about when before he was like a really famous actor, you know, he used to do things like sit outside and stare at traffic lights and like say that he was a famous actor, just like state that. And he also said that he wrote a check to himself for $10 million and he kept it in his wallet for years. And then when he got the mask, his paycheck ended up being exactly $10 million. So like, I don't know why those examples were coming out, but you might want to look into certain manifestation techniques and see if they resonate with you. I would also look at, in terms of your birth chart, your Jupiter placement. What element is your Jupiter placement in? Whatever element it is, air, water, earth, fire, you may be more effective at manifesting with that specific element. So that might be something you want to try as well. But finally, we have express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. And one gift that I'm thinking of specifically is like a little handwritten note. So when you do meet this person, or when this person does come into your life, like a gift, for example, that could be really meaningful, is like, you know, a letter or a text about like, hey, like, I just really appreciate like your influence in my life, or something like that. It could also be something where if this is a child, for example, maybe getting them something to like commemorate, you know, their birth, or commemorate when they came home, or commemorate when, like, for example, if this is like an adopted child or something, like commemorate like, you know, when they became a part of like your family or something like that. That could be something that's like really special to them, especially later on in life. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this reading off with a message from Spirit to you. And I wanna give you the opportunity, if you would like this message to come from someone specific, like a passed on loved one, from heaven, from spirit guide, angel, or just spirit in general, the universe, whatever you want. Feel free to just, if you want that, like, you know, set the intention that the message is coming from them. If not, that's absolutely okay. But Spirit, what would you like, pile one? Oh, you guys are getting two. Okay. So I'm trying to see if there's any, sorry, I'm taking it away from the, okay, so we've got this first postcard says hope floats. So that's really interesting. And there's like a pretty fountain with a rooster and some other kind of bird. Birds are definitely significant. And there's like two little angels. But anyway, dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is a cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to and let Spirit take the wheel and help you steer into your highest good with the most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said? Take one step toward the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We are all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Love you always. And then we also have this, it says, you are not alone here. And this really reminds me of the Greek goddess Nike. It's probably not, but it reminds me of Nike specifically. I'm not sure why. But we have, dearest you, there are times when you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on past experiences. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have unlimited chances to start again. We love you so much. We really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. Loving you so much. And I think that denial speaks especially to those of you that were watching this and you're like, hey, so you're just telling me what I want to hear. You're being too positive. First of all, there's no such thing as being too positive. And second of all, I'm really tired of hearing that from people that are so negative. Like, not everything is so negative. But anyway, I feel like if you're in denial that this person exists, you need to let go of it and stop being in denial about your excellence and your lovability, because I don't have time for that. I will find you, I will come to your house, and I will yell at you until you realize how lovable you truly are. Do you want that? Probably, but no, you don't get it. You know why? Because it's inappropriate, and it's not my job to show you. It's your job to see it. I don't know why I'm lecturing you right now. But pile one, this person is out there, and they can and will find you. The more you trust your heart and the more you follow what your heart is telling you and trust in that and let go of the need to do everything yourself and trust in the universe's ability to deliver, I feel like you're going to be feeling a lot more peace and things are going to unfold exactly as they are meant to. So pile one, that's where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to support me and show appreciation for my channel. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Shout out to my notification squad. You guys are the best. If you want me to see your comment, I usually see comments when I first upload, because after that I get really scared. If you would like to check out my candles or any other candles on Angelic Magic 888 site, please feel free to do that. Use code ASO10 for 10% off. You can also check out my merch and my social media. But that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Druzy Agate Flower and the Star Spinner Tarot, then this is going to be your reading on who is coming into your life and why. Hopefully this is a new person. That is my intention, but as many of you know, you never know what's going to come out here. So we're going to use these oracle cards to see who this person is. So to start, we have the solar plexus chakra with determination. We have the first house with Mars and Aries with the self. We have advocate. The light attribute is inspires you to put compassion into action, and the shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. We have the gardener, and you guys got two of these. We have organization with Mercury in Capricorn, and enthusiasm with Sun in Sagittarius. So I'm getting a really specific vibe, and I feel like for a lot of you, this is actually a new version of yourself that you are becoming. But for others, I guess it could be both. If it's not a new version of yourself coming in, which to be honest, I feel like there's a component of that, it is someone who is going to help these aspects. They're going to help you embrace these aspects in yourself. The vibe that I get from this person is like, if it's not a newer version of yourself, I think that this is like a mentor or a this could be a coworker, someone that you might go into business with, or someone that will inspire you to go after your goals. But the biggest thing is that I think that these are all qualities you've either been trying to embody or wish to embody, and they are coming in for you. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be a version of yourself that's a little bit foreign to you, but it's a version of yourself that you've been desperately wanting. I feel like this is the energy of actually going after your goals in a way where you push forward even if you're afraid, even if you're tired, even if you are uncertain if it's going to be worth it. I feel like this is a version of you that is more willing to go after what it is that you want, to go after it in ways that are more methodical, in ways that are more effective. And there's a groundedness to this energy where you're doing it in healthy ways. Like, for example, if you've been really wanting to become more health conscious, or if you have very specific goals around changing your habits, or just being more organized or disciplined, or just becoming a better version of yourself, these are all things that I am seeing for you. And with the Gardener card being here, this is definitely a you reap what you sow energy. And I think that is an energy that you are learning to embrace, where you're not beating yourself up for what there's like an acceptance of whatever you get in is what you're going to put out. And I feel like you are gaining courage and the confidence necessary to do challenging things that you feel passionate about. With the Advocate card here, I feel like this could also be an energy of you becoming more, what's the right word? More vocal about your needs, more vocal about your boundaries. I also think that you could just be more vocal about the causes you're passionate about. And so your goals could relate to doing more work in something that you really care about. But also, I think that for a lot of you, this could be a mentor of some kind who really shows you how to keep moving forward and how to keep going towards a goal when everything seems to be going against you. You know, this is obviously salmon, and there's salmon that are swimming upstream. And I feel like this could be a part of you that maybe you thought you didn't have, but it's only because you've never tapped into these aspects of yourself before, or because you were never taught how to tap into these aspects of yourself. So it's like this person is coming in to really help you organize your goals, organize your tasks, help you see where you could be more effective, help you see where maybe you're unbalanced, where you may be shooting yourself in the foot or holding yourself back. I also think with the Sagittarius Sun energy here, I think that your goals are going to be aligning more with higher ideals rather than just like surface level pleasures or things that just don't have a deeper meaning for you. I feel like something is clicking where you're recognizing that the fuel that you need to push against resistance is a higher purpose, a higher calling, or a deeper, something greater than yourself. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And so I feel like this could be someone that is coming in to help inspire you and help guide you and show you the way to do that, or you are doing that on your own. But even if you're doing this on your own, I do feel like you might find that you're naturally more drawn, or you seem to be you're naturally more drawn to this energy that like you are trying to embody, or people that embody this energy are just in your environment more often. Like, for example, if you like are on social media, which clearly you're on YouTube, so like, for example, YouTube Shorts, like maybe people that embody these qualities start coming up more often, or, you know, on whatever other apps you're on. Or maybe you see like books about a specific topic, or hear about stories about people that have accomplished similar things. There's really a lot here about becoming your best self. And I think that there's a real determination to do so. And I feel like there is a I'm hearing Yoda, like, do or do not. There is no try. Like, you're recognizing that you would rather go for it and just see what happens rather than question what if. There's a real, like, getting down to business, getting grounded, and actually fighting for what you want. You know, Mars is all about, like, masculine, dynamic action, and Aries is all about the warrior. It's also very dynamic, and, you know, Aries is I am. And I really do think that there is a recognition of, like, you're recognizing where if you don't do it, it's not going to happen, or if you don't learn how to do it, you're not going to be able to get where you need to go. And I think that also you're going to be recognizing where maybe you've been making excuses for yourself, or where you could be doing more, and where you could be giving yourself more time for rest. Like, I feel like there's just a need for balance here, and that's a lot of what you're doing right now. I'm really drawn to this 10 and 9, so, like, maybe for some of you, you could be born on October 9th, or you could be born on September 10th. You know, we have this sign of Mercury in Capricorn. We also have the sign of Sun in Sagittarius, so you could have either of those. You definitely can't have both of those at the same time. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. You could have Mars in Aries. Really great Mars sign to have, because Aries is at home in Mars. But I really do think no matter what, this is an energy of you becoming the best version of yourself, or the version of yourself that you want to be. And it's not immediate, it's not overnight, but rather than, you know, looking at things in absolutes and just wanting to be that person, recognizing that it's going to take work to get there, and having the commitment and the discipline to become your best self in a methodical way that's grounded, that's not going to be unhealthy or put you in harm's way, but rather be something that's like a consistent, there's like a consistency to your growth, and a determination, well, obviously a determination that comes from a deeper, more meaningful part of yourself than just because I want to, or because I want to see if I can. I feel like there's, once again, I'm hearing like do or do not. There is no try. And in this case, I really think that rather than being riddled by fear of what if I fail, or what if I can't do it, there's this, I don't know whether I can do it or not, but I do know it's not going to happen if I don't try. You know, I don't know how exactly I'm going to get there, but I know that if I make a plan, set my mind to it, you know, and continue to adapt it as need be, like, I can get where I need to go. So if this isn't you, only you, there's definitely someone coming in that's going to assist with this. This could be a romantic interest. I'm not getting like anything that is saying specifically like, yes, this is a romantic interest. But I mean, if you feel that, take that as that resonates. But I feel like for a lot of you, this could be someone that is a bit older than you. Like they could be a coworker or a boss or a mentor, like I said. Definitely someone who you look up to, someone who is going to instill a lot of positive traits in you, a lot of traits that you need in order to make the next step on your journey. So if that resonates, if these traits are what you're trying to embody, you know, someone who embraces themselves more, someone who doesn't give up, someone who puts their money where their mouth is, someone who takes action, someone who, you know, doesn't just talk the talk but walk the walk, like someone who lets their actions speak for themselves rather than, you know, a bunch of words, if that makes sense. So if that resonates, we're gonna go ahead and start shuffling your tarot cards now. So while I'm shuffling, I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who takes the time to like leave me a like if you're enjoying the video, or commenting to let me know how it resonates, or even subscribing. I'm just so grateful for all of you that take the time to do that, because it really helps me more than you realize, and it also lets me know like what you guys want to see more of. So thank you to everyone who takes the time to do that. And I really do feel called to say, like, you might be looking at these energies and thinking, is it really possible? Can I really do it? And like the answer is yes. Not only can you do it, but you will do it. And the more you're determined to evolve into this person, the more you'll realize like you had it in you all along. Like I think one of the biggest things that you are releasing is this like idea that you can't do something, or this idea that you're one specific type of person. Like I feel like you're letting go of the assumptions you've made about yourself and actually challenging yourself to be like, oh, can I really not do that? Or have I just not tried it? Can I really not do that? Or am I afraid of failure or looking stupid? And is that fear rational? Is that fear something that is beneficial? You know, sometimes fear can be healthy. When you're standing at the end of a ledge, that fear is letting you know you're in danger. But you know, if your fear is related to going after something you're really passionate about, is that fear really very useful? Probably not. So I want to start by seeing why this person is coming into your life, or why this version of yourself is, why you're evolving into this version of yourself. So Spirit, why is this new energy for pile 2, or this person that's going to help pile 2 get into this energy? Why are they coming into pile 2's life? We have the Sun. So this is really beautiful. So they're coming in to help you bring about the joy that you have been seeking, to bring about the energy. Like the Sun is one of the most positive cards in the deck, and I feel like you've been working really hard for a long time, and there's definitely some self-sabotage energy within you. And so I really do feel like this energy is going to make the challenges you're facing lighter. I also think it's going to be something that you don't realize, but it actually brings you a lot more joy than you thought. Like, for example, maybe you're someone who doesn't really like routines, or you've only ever done routines based on what other people think is right for you, or something like that. I feel like you're going to be realizing that you can make your own routines enjoyable, or you can have more clarity on where you're headed when you have more consistency. I feel like with the Sun card here, these aspects of self, maybe ones that you've had within you, and maybe you embodied as a child, but were taught like, no, you're not supposed to have those qualities. You know, especially if, you know, you're a lady. You know, ladies aren't supposed to work so hard, you know, like maybe you were subjected to things that said, you know, it's not ladylike to be outspoken. It's not ladylike to speak, you know, and you're saying, F that, I'm going to do whatever I want. And I feel like with the Sun as well, like this is going to bring a lot of joy into your life and a lot of meaning. Like, for example, especially with the Advocate card here, like I feel like maybe one of your biggest blockages has been, you know, actually taking the action necessary to get there. And maybe you've been complaining in your mind like, oh, I know I need to set a routine, but I don't want to. Or, oh, I know that doing this thing would make me feel better, but like I don't want to do it. You know the thing of like, oh, I know working out would make me feel better, but I don't want to do it. You may find like when you push through that resistance that you end up really enjoying yourself, and then it naturally becomes easier because you realize, you know, how good it feels while you're doing it, or how good it feels afterward. I also just feel like with the Sun as well, there's kind of this, like, you're going to be embodying more of your masculine energy. Like everybody has feminine and masculine energy within them, and I think that like healthy, like you are embracing more healthy masculine energy, where you are learning how to like strategize and plan and take action, but without like depleting yourself, taking action that's healthy, taking action that has meaning for you, and learning to have a more solid sense of self. I also think that this could just be a really healing time for you, where your inner light becomes an energy within that you start to trust more. And you realize, like, I feel like you're this energy that's coming in, and whether it's through another person or just yourself, I think you're going to realize that you are seeking joy in sources that you thought would bring you joy. And I think what you're going to realize is, like, through these changes, you're going to realize, like, oh, this actually makes me really, really happy, and you're not going to realize it. Like, maybe the consistency of having a routine that really works for you is going to make you really happy, because you're not going to be constantly worrying about, like, what do I need to do next? Or, oh, have I forgotten anything? Or something like that. You know, maybe you're making a shift or a change towards, you know, a career path or a way of living that's more aligned with who you are now, or more aligned with, like, your ideals or your values, and you realize like that brings you a lot of joy. I definitely think no matter what, like this is coming in to bring you more joy, to bring you more happiness, to bring you more clarity, to bring you more light, and to help you gain more confidence in yourself, to help you recognize that you can do hard things, that you can be courageous, that you can feel the fear and do things anyway, that you can swim against the current and you'll be okay. You can do things differently and other people don't have to approve of it. As long as you are happy, that's what matters. You're not here to live someone else's life. You're not here to live by other people's approval. You're here to do what is right and meaningful for you. And you certainly don't want to go through your life. Like, it's going to be a lot harder to live a life that is inauthentic to you than it is to live a life that is authentic and deal with the challenges that come with that. You know, every path in life has their own shit sandwich. It's about which shit sandwich you want to eat. And I feel like you might realize like some of your shit sandwiches in here. Anyway, I want to see when/how you will meet this person. So I guess when/how will this person, this version of yourself, come online, or when/how will you meet this person that is meant to help you with this. So Spirit, when/how will pile to meet this person or embody this version of themselves. Okay. We have the King of Wands. So if this is a person, they could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, you could be a fire sign. So sirens, sorry, I always get distracted by those. I definitely think that you will either embody this energy, like the more you embody King of Wands energy, which like the King of Wands, you know, he's extroverted. He goes for his goals and he's guided by spirit. He is guided by, you know, the wand suit is the closest to spirit. And the King of Wands has mastered inspired action. And I think that is a big thing that you are learning. You know, inspired action, I kind of like to equate it to surfing, where, you know, if you're sitting out in the ocean and you're on your surfboard, you know, you can sit out there and be like, oh, a wave's never gonna come. Like, I'm just gonna swim to shore. And you might, you know, spend 20 minutes swimming against a current, wearing yourself out, and you get to shore. And then your buddy who stayed out there, same time you get to shore, the perfect wave comes and carries your buddy right to shore next to you. And you might be like, man, I should have just chilled out and waited for that wave to come. And I really do feel like with inspired action, it's about learning for that wave to come and recognizing when inspiration hits, when there's a deeper reason to act than just because I think I should or to be busy. You know, I feel like the way we view productivity, I think sometimes is a little skewed. Like, we automatically assume it's most productive to constantly be doing things, but that's not necessarily true. Like, rest is very productive. Play is very productive. Like, there are many types of productivity. And I think for you, the recognition, like, I feel like you might wear yourself out doing things that are unnecessary or doing things that you think you should do. And you may not even take the time to like take a step back and be like, wait a second. Do I even like want to do this? Is this serving any purpose in my life? I feel like there is a courage needed where you're taking accountability and responsibility for your own life and saying, you know what, like, if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. If I don't go for it, I'm never going to know whether I can. If I don't try, then I'm not growing. I feel like this King of Wands is really a lot about you. But if you're meant to meet someone like this, it's because you're going to take the initiative to meet them. And you may not realize that, like, you're taking the initiative in a literal way. Like, you see, like, I mean, you could just see or read about someone online and reach out to them. Like, that could be something where you, like, have the courage to, like, reach out to someone and be accepting of whatever the result is. But I feel like for a lot of you, it could be a situation where, you know, you have this goal in mind and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. Or you have this goal in mind and you're like, okay, well, in order to do that, then I need to apply to this school or take this class, or I need to start finding resources, start networking, like whatever it may be. you're either going to meet this person through taking courageous action towards your goals in the first place, and they're going to be aligned and help you with them, or the more you embody King of Wands energy, the more you are going to, and you know what, honestly, I really just want to read the King of Wands to you so that you can get a better understanding of what that is, because I'm not good at just like listing keywords off the top of my head. Let's see, this is Star Spinner Tarot. So let's just see here. Okay, it's like Wands is up here. The King of Wands thrives under pressure. He is at the helm of every new project and relishes in the duty and responsibility of that leadership. That is a word that I was trying to grasp for and I couldn't think of. The King suggests taking a goal-oriented perspective on the path ahead. He's a big picture thinker who carefully considers the through line between action and consequence. Follow his lead and strive to work for the greatest possible good. So yeah, like the King of Wands is also very warm, I feel like I should mention, and you know, jovial is a great word, but also that leadership card, like starting to take the lead in your own life. Like I'll use knocking things everywhere, I'll use myself as an example. You know, I didn't like plan on doing this for my life. Like I just started doing it because I liked tarot and I wanted to see if I could help people, and it you know, built from there. And I think one important thing to remember is that you don't have to have all the answers. You know, you just need to start taking the first steps and saying, okay, here's you may not even realize what your ultimate goal is, but if you have like a general interest, or for example, something you're very passionate about, like let's say for example, you are really passionate about like housing and like accessible housing. So maybe, I don't know anything about it. I really shot myself in the foot there with an example I don't know anything about. But you're like, okay, I don't know anything about housing and helping people with that. So you start somewhere. So you start by researching, you know, accessible housing, or you know, organizations that help people with housing, right? And so you go into that, and then you find a talk or a group or a volunteer organization, and so you go there, and then maybe you meet like a mentor or someone that can help, or and this could honestly be a lot of different people on your path to helping you find the version of yourself that is carrying you to the goals that you want to accomplish, you know, the life that you actually want to live, and the person of yourself that you actually want to embody. There's definitely a real beautiful stubbornness here where you're not going to let yourself give up. And if you're at the verge of that, I think anyone on your path is not going to let you either. I really do think the more you take the lead in your own path and are motivated by that deeper purpose, and the more you just trust those little, especially gut feelings, like, you know, your solar plexus chakra is like literally right in your gut. So the more you follow like those nudges, those gut feelings, like the more you will naturally evolve into this energy, or find the people you need to help you evolve into this energy. This is really cool. So I want to see, well, this question might be kind of confusing, but I want to see what your dynamic will be like. So I guess this is the dynamic with yourself, or dynamic with these people or person. Because now that I've seen, like, there's so many salmon here, so it could be a lot of different people on your path that like inspire and help you. Like, I'm kind of thinking of, well, I was thinking of Forrest Gump, but, you know, a lot of people on his path weren't necessarily helpful. And, you know, but I guess that doesn't really matter, because, you know, Forrest he still did what he needed to do. He still learned and grew as a person. And I'm thinking specifically of, you know, the scenes where he just starts running and then he ends up running across the country. I feel like there is this like potential for you to go so much further than you realize, and for like these small goals to evolve into something so much bigger than yourself. And I think one thing that you're gonna realize is like you not only have you always been a natural leader, but it's silly you ever thought you weren't. And there's a part of you where you might be like, but I don't want to be a leader. I don't want that responsibility on my shoulders. And what you're gonna realize is oftentimes the best leaders are the ones that don't want to be there in the first place, you know, the ones that are doing it for, you know, a deeper purpose than just, I want to be in charge, you know. There's a difference between a leader and a boss. Be a leader, not a boss. But anyway, Spirit, what will pile 2's dynamic be like with these people, this person, or with themselves? We have the 2 of Swords. So the biggest thing here that I'm seeing that you're going to have to contend with is doubt. I feel like they're actually, and I guess the Forrest Gump example helped me realize this, but there may be people in your life that are actually, they're like mentors in a messed up way, in the sense that they either teach you what you don't want to do, they teach you how not to behave, or they teach you things, they teach you about what true character looks like by not displaying it themselves. I also think that there are going to be certain people that really just help you recognize like where you may be overthinking. Like the fact that we have the 2 of Swords here, I really do think that part of your challenge is going to be overthinking and not really trusting your intuition, your gut. But also, you know, there might be people that challenge your authority or challenge your leadership, and it's going to be up to you to not let your own trust in yourself get in the way of other people's doubts. Like there will be times as a leader that you have to make difficult decisions, you have to disappoint people, or you have to do what you feel is best despite other people not agreeing with you. And I feel like there's a big part of you, or a big message that you need to know is like, if you take action from what you feel is right, at least you can say you were doing what you thought was best. If you make a decision based on what other people think you should do, then you might be kicking yourself later for listening to them, when if you had trusted yourself, you either would have gotten the outcome you wanted, or even if you don't get the outcome, or even if like you follow what you feel is right and you don't get the outcome you expected, at least you trusted what you felt was right. I feel like if someone else has something genuinely like beneficial, like if they have a different viewpoint that is helpful and useful, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna recognize like, oh, okay, like I see what they're saying, like, yes, like that makes sense. This is stuff that's like, these are energies that make you question yourself, make you doubt yourself, and that make you think like, oh, should I make a different decision? And I feel like one of the biggest lessons that they will teach you is, no, I need to trust myself first and foremost. And there might be situations where, you know, it's like an us against them scenario where you have to really trust your own leadership, and you might be sweating bullets a little bit nervous, but you might find that you don't regret taking action from that place. But like, I'm even thinking too of Batman Begins. You know, he has that, like, that mentor, Ra's al Ghul, even though he's not, I mean, that movie came out like long time ago, so if you're gonna get mad about spoilers, not my problem. But you know, he's not a nice guy, but he still teaches Bruce Wayne, Mr. Bruce Wayne, a lot about fighting, a lot about embracing your fears, a lot about embracing the darkness, becoming the darkness, things of that nature, like very, very necessary lessons. And it doesn't mean that he was necessarily a good guy, because he wasn't, but he still was a mentor to Bruce/Batman and taught him a lot. So, you know, it could be that you have these relationships with people that are mentors, but they're challenging relationships. And in fact, one thing I will warn you of is that you may have a mentor that it doesn't feel like a mentor, but you realize you learn a lot because they are going to be very against what you're doing or very against you, solely because they feel threatened by you, or they feel threatened by the progress you're making. Like, it's almost like, you know, you show up and you start doing, you know, what takes other people 2 days, and they get mad because you're making them look bad. But maybe it only takes them 2 days because they've gotten away with taking that long to get it done in the first place. And so, you know, people might not like the fact that you work harder than them or step up more. So this is a really interesting energy. I'm definitely very intrigued to know how this resonates for you, if that's the case. But I want to finish off by looking at one thing this person or these people will love about you. And I guess if it's you, like what you will love about yourself. So for pile 2 spirit, what's one thing that these people will love about pile 2, or what will pile 2 love about this version of themselves? We have the Ace of Wands. So you're going to be very inspiring, very inspirational. And I also think that you're really gonna, I think that a lot of people are going to respect you as a leader. And even if you don't see yourself as a leader, like most people don't, right? You know, like I also think that one thing that they're going to love about you is the way that you inspire others to act, the way you have creative solutions, and the way that you find ways, you make things work. Like, this is very Tim Gunn coded, like, make things work. And I feel like there is this energy about you where you give people opportunities to succeed. And I think that what you will find, what you will love within yourself, is that there is an infinite well of resourcefulness and energy within you. And it's about recognizing that while that energy is finite in terms of how much energy you can expend in a day, in a week, you will always have more. Like, you are an endless well of creativity. And I think you may find that the more you trust yourself and the more you trust your gut, the more creative solutions arise. And I think also the more passion you embody, like the more passionate you are towards something, the more opportunities you take to either take the lead or go after what it is you're really passionate about, the more people are going to see like the deeper purpose of the things that you do, the more you're going to inspire others to do the same. And I also think that people are really going to love the energy that you have. Like, you are going to be someone that helps people recognize, like, maybe I can do more than I thought. Like, this is a very inspirational energy. And, you know, it kind of brings me back to, like, Batman again, because, like, I feel like you could almost be, or your work or what you do and achieve could be a symbol for others about, you know, what you could really do if you put your mind to it, or help other people recognize that, like, they have the capacity to inspire others. They have the capacity to take inspired action. I really do think that you could be a wonderful leader. And I also think that you could give a lot of people who need it the necessary opportunities to succeed. I think that you could actually be a mentor for others in a way that you didn't have for yourself, where you will nurture and cultivate people's strengths and push them, of course, but not in ways that are cruel or mean or harmful. Like, this is a really beautiful energy, and I think that not only are you going to be garnering a lot of respect, but I think that you are going to be a huge inspiration to others and a walking testament to what you can achieve, what you can accomplish, and how you can change the world when you truly set your mind to it. So this is really badass energy. You are badass, pile 2, and if you don't think it, you better, like, get over yourself, because you are. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead now and look at advice / guidance for you when it comes to manifesting these connections or manifesting this version of yourself. So we have abundance, money increase, stability, wealth. So I definitely think the nature of abundance is something that you are meant to look at. Like, abundance is so much more than money. Abundance is the recognition of the fact that you are connected to all that is, the fact that you already have so much. Abundance is a recognition that, like, when you serve the universe will take care of you. Abundance is like that recognition of, like, there are unlimited possibilities. There are unlimited ways to get your needs met. There are unlimited ways to serve, and there are unlimited ways that a solution can occur. I really do feel like one thing that you are being encouraged to recognize is that the only person who can stop you from achieving your dreams is yourself. The only person who can stop you from receiving the blessings that you deserve is yourself. And the more you recognize that, like, the universe wants to empower you to follow these goals, the universe wants to bless you and help you, the more you will realize, like, you can have faith in yourself and have faith in your path. But we also have, new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. Yeah, Spirit is literally saying, take the lead in your own life. Take, like, whatever intuitive nudges you've had about, like, trying different things, whether it's, like, going to a different class, like, taking a course, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be those things, but it could be a plethora of things. Spirit's really saying, stop waiting for it to happen for you, because clearly, like, maybe for some of you, you've been waiting for a bit for that to happen and it's not happening. And Spirit's saying, yeah, it's not happening because we can't do anything until you start taking action. So I really think you're being encouraged to take the lead in your own life, embody that King of Wands energy, and trust where you're being guided, even if it seems hard. We also have surrender to complete healing, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And I really think that this could be a very healing process for you as well. Because maybe these qualities were really shunned within you. You know, I was getting that example earlier around, you know, like, if you were maybe a more masculine child and you grew up in a family with very rigid, like, gender norms, you know, and you're a girl, you might have been, like, taught or told that, or woman, girl or woman, taught or told that, you know, you'll be unattractive if you have those qualities, or that, you know, ugh, I hate this. Women are meant to be seen, not heard. Ugh, ick, ew, gross, not true. And you know that's not true. We all know that's not true. No matter who you are, it's not true. So I really do feel like Spirit, this is like a recognition of, like, your own power, coming back to it and recognizing that, like, the universe does not want you to be, the universe does not want you to let go of very necessary and powerful parts of yourself just because you think that, you worry that they're unattractive, or you worry that other people won't like you for embodying them. Who gives a single fuck if people don't like you? Like, part of being a leader and part of putting yourself out there is people won't like you for whatever reason. But the reality is that what people say to you and about you is a reflection of them and not you. And a true leader will recognize, like, that just comes with the territory. But, you know, leaders are too busy leading to, you know, judge and talk crap. So recognize that people like that, I say this with peace and love, but they're losers. You know, they could be doing something productive with their life, but they're not. They would rather crap on people who are, and that's loser behavior. They could be a winner, but not with that attitude, not with that action. So until then, they're embodying loser behavior. Anyway, we also have oh my god, that's so creepy. I love that. Life lessons and growth. You will get through this. So I really love that, considering we had I had that surfer example, and we have the waves, and then also we have another school of fish. And that could be an interesting thing as well, is, like, you know, when you look at a school of fish, like, there's a lot of them at once, but there still have to be fish in the front leading. And I feel like you are one of the fish that is meant to lead the pack. And I also think Spirit is really saying, like, you know, there will be highs and lows through this process, and you will not see all of your growth immediately. You won't see it as it's happening. What you're going to recognize is a lot of that growth in hindsight. And what you're going to recognize is when you feel this courage to take action, when you feel this, like, I need to do this thing, I need to go for it, when the version of yourself from last year or 5 years ago would never think of doing something like that, either out of fear or, you know, whatever it may be. But I definitely think Spirit is saying, you know, keep going, don't give up. Like, things are just beginning to look up. And finally, we also have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. So I definitely think forgiving yourself for what you thought you had to do, and for the ways in which you coped with, you know, life and the harshness of it. I also think recognizing that forgiveness is for yourself, not the people who harmed you, and recognizing where maybe forgiving could be something that keeps you from being stuck in the past. I really do think it's important, especially as a leader, to embody, like, as a leader, you have more of a responsibility to you know, do the right thing, whatever the right thing is to you, to live by your values and to live from integrity. And unfortunately, a lot of quote unquote leaders abuse that and exploit that. And, you know, there may be a part of you that's really afraid of taking on more power because you're afraid of being corrupted by it. And, you know, I don't think power corrupts. I think power reveals. And I think what Spirit wants you to recognize is you shouldn't be afraid of your own power. Your own power is not only something that you deserve to embody and have access to, but it's something that you need to recognize as literally a very powerful thing that can propel you exactly where you need to go, that can make huge changes in the world. And you won't know that if you don't embrace it. And, you know, one thing you do need to understand as well is a lot of the negative reactions that you get to you, that you receive, those are reactions to your power, especially if you are a Scorpio rising, have Pluto in your first house, or you have Lilith on the ascendant. There could be other placements, astrology kings and queens out there, please feel free to elaborate on that. But you may want to look at that, because people with those placements, they oftentimes evoke powerful responses out of people, whether they're trying to or not. And what's hard to realize is that people aren't necessarily reacting to you, they're reacting to the powerful energy that you have, and that reaction to you is based on that person's relationship with power, if that makes sense. But we're gonna go ahead and finish off this reading with a message from heaven / spirit / really any unconditionally loving being that you would like to receive a message from. If you don't care, you can just intend it to be from spirit. But, you know, if you have loved ones in heaven, or a specific spirit guide, specific angel, specific ascended master, deity, goddess, whatever it may be, if you'd like to intend that they are the one that gives this message, feel free to do so. And just, you know, kind of visualize or set the intention or ask that this message be from them. But with that being said, Spirit, what message would you like to leave pile 2 with, please? Okay, so we have this angel here. So this could be like a little guardian angel. It says from heaven. I was trying to see if there's anything else. It says with love here. Looks like that's all, but it says, dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you, and you will never, ever, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. Yeah, affirm that. You're a miracle magnet. Type it down below. We've had that come out before. Let me know if you were in the other miracle magnet reading. I can't remember what it's from. If you know, don't say it, because, you know, who knows, maybe some of you that haven't seen that reading will be magnetized towards that one. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. Yeah, you are a miracle magnet. Embody it, embrace it. If you only knew how much you were loved. Sigh. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like there are so many loving beings that are cheering you on, that want you to see your power, that want you to see how incredible you are, that want you to see all the good that you can create in the world by being yourself, and by trusting yourself, and by trusting your own leadership, and trusting that even if you have to do hard things, even if you have to, you know, ruffle feathers, you know, the best leaders did. If you have something worth saying, it's probably going to be a bit divisive. It's probably going to be a bit, you know, not everybody agrees with everything, and that's okay, but you're very needed, and your power is very needed. So pile 2, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. I don't expect you to watch them. I'm not a monster, but doing that is one of the simplest and easiest ways to help me. So thank you to everyone who does that. But if you'd like to help me in other ways, like I said earlier, you could like, comment down below, let me know how it resonates, subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to my little notification squad. If you'd like to be notified whenever I upload a new reading or a new video or anything, be sure to click that little notification button if you want me to see your comments. I usually see comments when I first upload. If you would like to support me in any other ways, you can check out other videos, especially ones with extendeds. You can check out matte candles. Be sure to use code ASO10 for 10% off. You can check out my merch, or my social media. But that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Fire Quartz Rose and the Santa Muerte Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is entering your life and why. My intention was for this to be about new connections entering your life, but as y'all know, I don't have any control over what comes out, so take it as it resonates, but we will see. So we're going to use these oracle cards to look at who is coming in. So to start, we have the throat chakra with listening. We have Uranus with breakthrough. This is some ash. Ash Wednesday could be significant. I don't know why. So we have Uranus, the butt planet, with breakthrough. So distracted, I didn't even recognize that. Shame on me. And we also have Comet with unexpected. We have Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy, and the shadow attributes are using humor to wound rather than deliberate denial of your emotional truth. Come on, man. The butterfly was chilling so nicely up there, and, well, it's my fault, but anyway. Finally, we have the T. And we have Rebellion with Mars and Aquarius. We have a lot of Aquarius energy here. First of all, Uranus, the booty planet. It rules Aquarius. We have Aquarius energy here, so this person could have Mars in Aquarius. Mars also rules Aries and Scorpio, so they could have those signs somewhere. And the Fool card in tarot is also ruled by the booty planet. So there's a lot of booty in this pile. I really like that. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Anyway, pile 3, I got a level with you. Don't shoot the messenger. Some of you are already rolling your eyes. You're like, oh hell no, I'm picking another pile. I have a hard time believing this is someone new. However, if it is someone new, it is someone that, have you ever heard the enemy of my enemy is my friend? If this is someone new, this is someone who has been wronged by the same person as you. And if this is not someone new, then I think that this is someone who has done wrong by you that is reemerging. Now, this is really important to know whether this reading is true or not. If this is someone from your past, they are coming in a completely new way than they ever have. So, for example, if someone from your past comes in and they bring the same crap, the same BS, and they do the exact same things they always do, it is not this person. If it is someone from your past, they have to show up in a completely brand new way. And I need to stress that. Are you listening? Listen to me. Some of y'all are not very good at listening, with peace and love. I say stuff and then you comment things I said in the reading, or ask questions about things I answered in the reading. And I'm like, it was there. It was literally there. But anyway, they're going to come in a way that like they're literally coming in mask off. Now, this could be a friend. This could be a family member. This could be a romantic interest. But what I see here is that this is going to be completely unexpected, and it's going to happen when this person has a breakthrough of some kind. And what I really do think is that they're going to come clean and come forward about something, whether for some of you that could be an apology. For others, that could be an admission of feelings or an admission of a truth that they hadn't told you. If this is a new person, like, for example, this could be someone who dated the same person as you, and they've gotten out of that, and they might reach out to you, or reach out for like, might be like, hey, you're never gonna believe this, or, you know, stuff like that. But this is like very specific. This is someone coming in, and I definitely think like an important conversation is happening. The fact that we have listening, I think that this person is likely a bit destructive. And I don't know if they necessarily intend to be, but I think that this person is going through a very intense spiritual awakening, or a very intense transformation. Like, it doesn't have to be a spiritual awakening, but at the very least it's a transformation where they're recognizing their unhealthy habits, behaviors. They're recognizing where they have been I'm hearing that Status Quo song from High School Musical that's like, stick to the status quo. I feel like this person could have hurt you in the past because they were doing what they thought they were supposed to do, or they were sticking to the status quo of what they thought was right. And I think the interesting thing with rebellion here is you see this guy with this sword, and he's sticking the sword in these two old big head looking beard dudes, and it's meant to represent like fighting against authority, fighting against the establishment, fighting against what is traditional, what is expected. I feel like this person is really awakening to their eccentricities and recognizing how they've been giving their power away. I actually think this person could have an epiphany where they feel like they have to come forward and talk to you about it. And I feel like as well with this Fool card here, I feel like this person, this is kind of a mutual meaning. Like, they're feeling like an idiot maybe for the way that they behaved in the past. Or they may be realizing like, maybe if you had like a discussion or an argument in the past, they thought they didn't see where you were coming from, or they ignored what you said because they didn't see it. And it seems like they could have had some sort of realization, or something could have happened where they finally see what you're talking about and they realize that you're right. And I think it's actually very important to this person that they right their wrongs. And if this is not a person from your past, and this is definitely someone connected to a past person who did you wrong, who likely did them wrong, and they're probably coming in to talk about what happened, see if you had similar experiences, see if you can relate to that. As far as who this person is, it could be virtually anyone. For some of you, it could be romantic interest. For some of you, situationship. For others, a past friendship. Especially if there was a friendship where things ended abruptly. This person could be coming back in to talk about like why that happened and why they did that. I would likely think that they would apologize. And I also think that they really want to hear your side of things. Because I definitely think that there have been a lot of misunderstandings and miscommunications. And so I think that this is a really powerful opportunity for the both of you to talk things through and bring more peace to this situation. I feel like this person might be quite emotional about this conversation, especially if there is any like romantic energy here. I do think that this person could be coming clean about feelings that maybe they weren't honest with you about. They could even be coming clean about like why they acted in certain ways, or they could be coming clean about like lies that they told you in relation to like their feelings. Like, for example, they could have acted like you didn't mean very much to them or something like that, even though that wasn't the case. Oh, what is that sport? This is making me think of, it's not racquetball. It's not pickleball. Is it badminton? I think it's badminton. Badminton might be significant. Whatever sport has the long ass tennis racket looking things, but they're like really long, and they got a little like birdie thing that looks like this little symbol. It was making me think of badminton. But anyway, yeah, like this person's coming in to spill the tea. So I really don't feel like the questions that I asked are going to be very effective, or the questions I plan to ask are going to be very effective. So we're going to have to change them because of these unexpected cards. So I think, so the first question I'm supposed to ask is why this person is coming into your life or coming back into your life. So I think that one still fits. So this will likely be confirmation, but we'll go ahead and start looking at that. But I think it's very like interesting. You know, you guys chose the Santa Muerte tarot, which Santa Muerte is just Spanish for, I think this the saint of death, right? I don't know. I'm not, listen, I haven't been in a Spanish class in years. And even then my teacher was not sober very often, so we didn't do a whole lot of learning, but you know, that's what happens when you go to public school in the United States. Anyway, yeah, so we'll see why this person is coming in to your life. So, Spirit, why is this person coming in or coming back into pile 3's life? Okay. Okay, yeah. This is like, this couldn't be clearer. We have the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, and these are such interesting versions. I feel like this person they could have like ran away from you because they didn't want to argue with you. Like they could have done something really messed up. Like the 7 of Swords can talk about betrayal. It can talk about deception. It can talk about theft. It can talk about illusions. And I definitely think that this person is coming back in because they want to rectify that. You know, it's really interesting because we have on this coffin, we have hope and reflection. And I think that this person has been doing a lot of reflecting and recognizing where they have created their own problems. And I feel like with the 5 of Wands as well, I feel like they're ready to face any conflict that may be headed their way as a result. I feel like they didn't want to deal with the conflict, but they're also recognizing that they're tired of running from this problem. Like there's a lot of inner conflict that they've had to deal with as a result of their lack of integrity in this situation. But if this is a new person, the reason they are coming in is because they could have had the same thing done to them that was done to you, and they want to see if that is the case. However, there's another energy here where maybe you warned this person about the person that did you dirty, and you got in an argument, or they were very unkind to you, or they didn't believe you, or they betrayed you in some sort of way, and they could be coming in to apologize and be like, listen, you were right. Like, I should have listened to you and I'm sorry. I definitely think that this is kind of like a resurrection energy where whoever this is, they really want to right their wrongs. And I think they're also willing to face any conflict that they need to as a result. I definitely think that they are feeling more motivated. And I think what's really interesting about this 5 of Wands is that there's only one figure in here, only one skelly guy. So I feel like this person is really recognizing how unfair they've been. And I think that they've had a recognition of the fact that, like, if they want more peace, they have to make peace with the chaos that they've caused, with the disruption that they've caused, with the pain that they've caused. And I feel like a lot of their own inner conflict has been around the fact that they do really care about you and they didn't want to hurt you in the way that they did, but they did. And it's a lot easier to run away and hide and pretend like it never happened. And I think this person is realizing that, you know, that's not right. I didn't do the right thing there. And I need to rectify that. And I need to be willing to face whatever consequences come as a result. I think that this person is ready to face the music. And I also think that they are ready to fight. At least not like fight like literally, but fight to get you to listen, or at the very least, maybe if they've been avoidant of conflict or they've been afraid of like ruining things forever, it's almost like this person ran away from you because they were afraid of arguing with you and ruining everything. So it's like they literally created the self-fulfilling prophecy that they didn't want to happen in the first place. And I think they're realizing that, and they're like, wow, that was really dumb of me. Like, I didn't, like, I feel like if you've ever heard the phrase, whenever we assume things, or it's what happens when we assume things. You make an ass out of you and me. Get it? Assume. Ass. Me. Anyway, I feel like this person could have made assumptions about how you were going to react to things, or how you would respond to whatever they needed to tell you or something like that. And as a result, they literally created what they were afraid of happening by facing the situation. But it was like they recognized it was a very cowardly thing to do, and they recognized that that was not the right thing to do. So what do we want to ask next? I guess I want to see, what is their tea that they have to spill to you? I don't know how much Spirit will tell you, because it kind of seems like it's this person's responsibility, but what is the tea that this person wants to spill to pile 3, please, Spirit? We have the 5 of Swords. Can we clarify the 5 of Swords? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is recognition of self-sabotage, and also recognition of how unfair they could have been in the past. For some of you, this could be somebody that you worked with, or somebody that betrayed you in a way that was really messed up. And I feel like what they will be spilling is like, I feel like there will be a what's the best way to word this? It's funny because I'm having a hard time like letting the words come through, and it's probably because this person needs to do it themselves. But the fact that we have the 5 of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles, this person wants to open up to you about their pattern of self-sabotage, and they also want to open up to you about the path that they've been on, because I feel like this person has felt really stuck. And I also think that this person has not, like, I'm hearing in my head, old habits die hard, and I think that they don't realize, like, they are starting to realize like how many habits they have that are self-destructive. I think they also realize that they missed out on something that could have made them really happy, or if they lost something that they really cared about because they were afraid of it, or because they thought they weren't worthy yet. You know, the Nine of Pentacles too is someone who is very methodical, someone who takes their sweet time. And I think that this person also is realizing, I think they're just seeing more clearly and recognizing how they have pushed things away because they've been afraid to step up to the plate. They've been afraid to be consistent. I think this person does fear consistency. And I think that the only consistency that they have seen themselves do is like consistently self-sabotage, consistently do the things that they're ashamed of, consistently be, I'm hearing the words F-U-C-K, up, being an F up. But if this is someone new who is, who has been screwed over by the same person, they're coming in to literally tell you, hey, you were right. I'm hearing like a tiger doesn't change its stripes. Like, I feel like they're coming in to be like, yeah, you know, you were right. Or I'm also hearing like, I deserved it. So this person might be coming in to say like, you know, I should have listened to you, or I should have trusted you, trusted what you said, you know, I'm really sorry, or something like that. I also think that there could be some explanation on their part around, if this is someone from your past, they could be opening up to you about why they could have sabotaged this connection, or why they could have pushed you away, or pushed this connection away. And I think a lot of it has to do with their own insecurities around material worth and value, and also career. I think that they could have been very insecure about what they're able to provide, or they've been very focused on their career to the point where they've sabotaged everything else. But also, this person could be coming in to apologize about, like, if you were like worked in the same area or something like that, they could be coming in to apologize for how they screwed you over. And I feel like they would say like they've gotten a taste of their own medicine. I definitely think no matter what, they've gotten a taste of their own medicine, but I think the rest is up for you to hear. So I guess now I want to ask, what do I want to ask next, Spirit? And, you know, one thing I want to say too is really interesting is we have 2 5s. 5s are all about change, and 7 is a very spiritual number. These are unbalanced energies, but I feel like these are energies that are causing this person to want to bring about balance. So I guess I want to ask what this person's intentions are with having this conversation with you. So, or coming back in to talk about this, or, you know, reaching out to talk to you about this. So what are this person's intentions towards pile 3 when it comes to coming forward in this conversation? We have the Queen of Swords. So I definitely think that they're coming through to clear the air. I also think that they're coming through to just be honest. And I think that they're wanting to communicate in a way that is honest, but still kind. I also think that they want to see where your head is at. Like, maybe you are more cold towards them, and maybe their intentions are to see if, like, you are done with them forever, or see if you would forgive them. I feel like their intentions are to bring about more peace of mind, but let's clarify this Queen of Swords. What are their intentions towards... Okay, yeah, 4 of Wands. So I definitely think, like, this person could be watching you from afar, and I feel like they could see you, like, living your life, like, being successful, being happy, and I feel like it really doesn't sit right with them that they've done you wrong, but also any way that you treat them, like, I feel like they know it, they deserve it. But I do feel like their intentions are to be honest with you and to have a real conversation. I feel like in an ideal world, this person wants things to be good between the two of you again. If this was like a situationship or romantic interest, this person might be thinking about considering this connection more seriously, or at the very least, bringing this connection back to a place of peace, to a place of harmony, and maybe exploring things again, starting fresh, seeing where things go. Especially if there's like a sense of home between the two of you, they may like want to restore that balance. If this is like a friendship, for example, I definitely think that their intentions are to rekindle that friendship, and they really want to at the very least see where you're at. And I think there is this kind of awareness of your warmth and of the fact that you're a very reasonable person. And so I think that they kind of have this like faith of, well, pile 3, like, they're not illogical, they're not irrational, and I definitely think they have this hope that things can be good between the two of you again. If this is someone new who's coming in to tell you the truth, and maybe especially if you warn them, or people warn them, I feel like they could be coming in to be like, hey, I understand why you are the way you are now. I understand why you acted this way towards this person. And I also think that they could be saying, like, maybe this person pretended like everything was going well and that you were wrong or something like that about this person, and they might be coming in to be like, oh yeah, you were right. And when I look at that in hindsight, I just realize how messed up everything was. But more than anything with the 4 of Wands, like, the 4 of Wands is union energy. So I feel like this person wants to come together with you. They want to clear the air with you, and they want to talk to you in a very honest way, where they're not, what's the right word? They don't want you to think that they're coming in because they want something from you. I think they hope that things can be good between the two of you again. I think they, like, it's gonna depend heavily on who you are, what your connection is, what your history is. But I feel like this person could really be hoping for a second chance or an opportunity to make this connection what it could have been. I feel like they are recognizing how you really carried this connection on your back, or you did a lot for them, and you did a lot to you either did a lot for them, or you did a lot to like bring them joy. You did a lot to make their life better or to support them. And I feel like they kind of want to extend the same, and they also want to talk about how maybe they didn't realize all that you gave them when before they did whatever they did. But I also think with that Queen of Swords and Four of Wands, I feel like their intentions are to like keep things like cool, but in their mind, like definitely the hope is to like either reconcile, make things like, even if like, especially if this is a romantic interest, even if you don't see them as like a romantic prospect, I think they're still hoping that like you can be friendly, or like you could be at peace, or you can still be friends or something like that. I also like, I feel like this person doesn't like the cold version of you, and I feel like their intentions are to hopefully soften you up in a way where you can kind of see where they're coming from, and you both can reach a place of forgiveness and harmony and kind of reconcile what you've been through. So I guess I'll finish this part off by asking guidance from Spirit's perspective. Like, Spirit, what do you want pile 3 to know about this situation? What guidance would be beneficial for them to know at this time? We have the Four of Swords. So I definitely think that Spirit is saying not to make any hasty decisions when it comes to this situation. I feel like you might actually need time to kind of sleep on things and really process. Like if you have a conversation and this person says, you know, like, oh, I want to get back together, or I want to, you know, rekindle our friendship, or I want to see where things go, or I really want to like reconnect with you. I feel like Spirit's saying, you don't have to give them an answer right away, and feel free to take the time that you need to think about it. I also think that this conversation is a really powerful opportunity for you to get healing too. So it's going to be really important. I think Spirit is asking you to reflect now on, if you could tell this person anything, what would you tell them, and where is it coming from? Because I feel like one thing that you're really being encouraged to ask yourself is this coming from my heart, or is this coming from my ego? Is this coming from my truth, or is this coming from my unhealed pain? Because I think that this could be a really powerful opportunity for you to get closure and for you to heal from the past. What you guys do after that, I think, is very much up to you. Like, I think that the ball is very much in your court, and you have a lot of the power here. So I do think that, one, if this is someone that, for example, you don't know, and they are reaching out to you either to talk to you about like bad experiences with a similar person, I think one thing that you need to know is that you don't owe them a response, and you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to, especially if they weren't kind to you or were unfair to you in some way. I feel like Spirit's saying like, you don't owe them your forgiveness, and you don't owe them your time or attention. And it could be maybe just a simple, like, them reaching out to you and saying, hey, like, you know, I'm really sorry for what I did. You were right, blah, 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 blah. I wish I had taken your advice, or I wish I wouldn't have been like so mean to you. I wish I, like, whatever it may be. That could be enough to like bring you peace, and you don't need to give them anything else. And if this is someone who you really want to be in your life, I think Spirit is saying, you know, utilize this opportunity to really, now that you know that this is happening at an unexpected point, I feel like Spirit is really asking you to not worry about it too much, like not think about it too much, because that could be something that actually delays this. Because if you're expecting it, it's not going to happen. It's coming in an unexpected way. So the less you've, like, I think the only helpful thing in terms of focusing on the situation would be if you took the time to just really reflect on what you want this person to know, what you wish they knew, what your truth is, and just so that whenever this does happen, you're prepared. Obviously this is unexpected, and you may be unprepared anyway, and you know, your truth may change by the time they come forward, but at the very least, I think that there's a lot of like healing to work through there. And I think what Spirit is saying is to really take things slow in this situation. If you are welcoming this person back into your life, let them show you their change through their actions, not their words. And I know I said like they have to come in a different way, and they will, but you know, they can come in a different way and be very passionate about it and then regress or revert. And so I think like the most important thing is that, you know, obviously your guides want what's best for you, and they want you to feel like you have the power in allowing who is in your life and who isn't. And you don't have to, like, especially if this person wants to rush things along, I think you're really being encouraged to take things at the pace that you're comfortable with, and also give yourself time and space to reflect on how this person has changed and what they've said to you, and how that makes you feel, how stuff like that. Does that make sense? But I feel like more than anything, there's a wonderful opportunity for healing here. And I feel like what your guides are saying is no matter what, even if you don't want this person in your life anymore, this is a powerful opportunity for closure. And I think you're really being encouraged, especially if you don't want them in your life in the future, to speak your whole truth and be really honest with them, which, I mean, you should speak your whole truth and be really honest with them anyway. So I guess especially if you want them back in your life, like, and you're willing to give them a second chance, I really do think that you are being encouraged to keep things like cordial and take things slow. Give yourself lots of time to like reflect and give this person opportunities to let their actions emulate what they're saying. You know, if their actions don't follow what they're saying, then that's probably a sign that, you know, this person is not going to be as consistent and as reliable as they are trying to be. I feel like this is a lot about just, you know, putting yourself first and squashing the beef in a way that brings you peace, and whatever happens forward, like moving forward, is up to you. And I think one thing that Spirit is really saying is if you have unresolved pain from this situation, you may have to really reflect on what it is you truly want in this situation, because the hurt part of you may want nothing to do with this person, but your heart may be like, I still want to see where things go here. I feel like things aren't done. So if that's the case, you might have to say, okay, what are the wounded parts of me saying? And are these my truth? Like, I feel like, you know, no matter whatever conclusion you come to is okay. But I feel like it's very important not to push something away that you actually want out of your own pain. Because, you know, you might regret that, or you might, you know, realize like, you might create more pain from that unresolved pain. You know, this person might be coming in to want to make peace, and you come in like in that energy, but then the unresolved wounds come up, and then it creates like an intense argument, and it just creates more division and divisiveness. So I guess like you're just really being encouraged to work on healing that, and recognize that you don't have to know what to do right away. You don't need a solution. And I also think another thing that they are guiding you to do is to not just tell people about this person coming back in, because they might have very strong opinions about what they think you should do, because they care about you and they love you and they want what's best for you, but they don't know what's best for you, and they don't know what's right for you. So Spirit is definitely encouraging you to really reflect and not make a decision until you are sure of it, and not force yourself to do something prematurely because you're feeling pressured to, you know. And if they're pressuring you to give you an answer, that's an answer in of itself. Like, if you won't give me the time and space to process this, like which would be so absolutely disrespectful to you, by the way, for this person to pressure you to give them an answer right away, because they didn't even give you the respect of an honest conversation in the first place. They gave themselves all the time and space that they needed to reflect, to have these breakthroughs. So you deserve the same. And don't let them no funny business. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, I want to look at guidance now for this connection for you. So to start, we have months from now. Okay, so this person is coming in months from now, it seems. That could be 2 months. That could be 6 months. Who knows how many months it is, but I feel like Spirit is saying, and I think that's perfect, because you know why? Because not only is that, maybe it's 4 months, because we have 4 twice, or the month of April. But I feel like what Spirit is really saying is that's going to give you enough time to either forget about this or not let it be on the forefront of your mind. But the benefit of having this reading now is you can start doing that reflecting and that healing work so that when the situation does come around, you're less so in a state of confusion and uncertainty, and you can act from a place of your own truth and act in alignment with that, which we love to see. We also have think it through. Yeah, with this new moon in Gemini, I feel like Spirit is really saying, like, you know, this is a situation where you don't want your emotions to completely run away with you, in a positive way or a negative way, because first of all, this encompasses so many different energies. Like, you know, this person, for some of you, this person could come forward and their actions will back up their words, and they really are ready to do things differently. Like, they really want to change things and they want to be completely transparent with you. And there may be others that really genuinely want to do that and come forward with that intention, and then, you know, 2 weeks pass and they get back into self-sabotaging behaviors, and they you know, they end up not following through. So I feel like it's really going to be up to you to really pay attention to, you know, their energy, their actions, their words, the energy behind their words. And I also think that you really just need to give yourself the time and space to make sure you're putting yourself first. Make sure you're not putting yourself in a situation where you're doing yourself a disservice. And I think Spirit is really asking you to think about what your truth is in this situation and give yourself time to really work through it. You know, oftentimes thinking about things can be very overwhelming, but I think in this case, you know, a lot of the think it through energy might be after this person comes forward. But I think at the very least, you're being encouraged to give yourself all the time and space you need to process things. We also have surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So yeah, so if this person is like, you know, I need to see you tomorrow, I need to talk to you, and you're like, I am not emotionally ready to talk to this person, you know, say no, I'm sorry, but I can't meet tomorrow. Can I reach out to you when I'm ready to talk to you? Or I need time. I still need time to process. I need this, but you can also just say, no, you can't. If you don't want this person back in your life, you don't have to accept them. Point blank, period. We also have into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. So I feel like this could relate less to this connection. It could, but I feel like that's kind of what this person is going through. And I think that in your own way, you are also going into the unknown in ways where, like, I feel like this reading itself and like this person's energy coming back in could be prompting you to do a lot of shadow work and look at, you know, what unresolved wounds do you have, like what fears do you have about opening yourself up to this person, what fears do you have about speaking your truth, all of that. I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, there's a lot of unknowns in this situation, and you know, a lot of this is going to unfold very sporadically, and it's not really something that you can predict. Like I can't really predict it. And so I feel like there's this kind of call for you to surrender the need to know exactly how things are going or know exactly how this is going to happen, and just trust that it's going to happen in the right time, in the right way. And if the time comes and it's not right for you, you're not ready, you can set the limits that you need to make sure that you are protecting yourself and protecting your own interests and protecting what is necessary for you. And finally, we have I love you. These are powerful words. So I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, there could be a lot of love here, and that might be something that this person tells you, and maybe you love them too. And I think one thing that is important to say is that the phrase I love you is very powerful, but not everybody knows what real love is. Sometimes people say I love you, but the truth is that they love controlling you, or they love what they get from you, or they love getting love from you. Or sometimes they love you deeply and unconditionally, and they love you more than they thought they did, or they love you, they realize that they've loved you all along and they've been resisting it. This person could be saying, like, especially if this is like a romantic interest from your past, they could be saying like, I ran away from you because I loved you, or I realized I love you. And you know, that's a really intense thing, like especially if they're coming in out of the blue and saying something like that. So that's even something where you want to be like, whoa, like they're coming in and saying that, like, do they truly mean it? Like, you know, that's something where you're like, okay, maybe just let's take things a little slow. Let's see how things work out. It's not let's not get too crazy. But also, you know, if you love them and they say that they love you, feel free to say that too. Don't let your unresolved pain stop you from being honest. And I think that's the thing, is like honesty. And remember that your own self-love is the most important love, that one of the most important loves that you have. And on top of that, you know, the universe loves you very, very much. And I feel like they are going to do a lot in terms of helping you see what you need to see in order, within yourself, in order to prepare for this without even realizing it. And I think that the universe has a lot to do with orchestrating this. So I definitely think that you're really just being encouraged to trust and be discerning, be cautious, and, you know, don't take this person's words at face value. You know, they've lost that privilege. You know, let their actions speak for them, not their words. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish this reading off with a message from Spirit. And if you would like to intend that this message comes from a specific unconditionally loving entity, whether it is a loved one in heaven, heaven itself, spirit, a spirit guide, an angel, an ascended master, really anything as long as it's unconditionally loving, you can ask at this time for them to be the ones that send you that message. But if not, we'll just say it's from Spirit, from the universe. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Okay. So, Spirit, what message do you have for pile 3? What guidance would you like to leave them with? Okay. We have this mermaid looking dude. I don't know, those titties? I really honestly can't tell. I don't know. It's an androgynous fishy person. And it says, be fearless. Dearest you, are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? Maybe fear of the future is weighing on you. We would like you to take a little break from all that and start having fun. When you stop fixating on what has been making you heavy-hearted, we get a chance to move some magic in your direction. So if you've been focusing on this situation a lot, it could be because this person is also doing that. But I feel like Spirit is really saying, like, you deserve to give the situation a rest and, like, have a little bit of fun. And I think that's what's going to help this person come in very unexpectedly. We just need you to let go a little. Spirit needs some room and gets very inspired by your laughter when you have fun. When was the last time you got really loose, silly, and goofy? Maybe you need to go dancing or watch some very funny comedy to make you laugh, or call that one friend you know will remind you how ridiculous and delightfully giddy you can be. You will return refreshed and renewed, ready to once again see the world as less daunting, and you will be ready to receive in perfect timing the bounty that Spirit has for you. Don't you just love how much we care about you? So that's beautiful. So pile 3, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. I really hope that it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else, because that is one of the simplest and easiest ways to support me and show appreciation for my channel. So big shout out and big thank you to everyone who does that. If you'd like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, which is so helpful. Thank you to everyone who does that. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates, and you can subscribe if you haven't already. You can also click that little notification bell if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can also check out my candles. Be sure to use code ASO10 for 10% off. You can check out my merch. You can check out my social media. You can check out my other videos. I got lots of other videos. I got extendeds on some of them. You can check those out. Thank you to everybody who does. Yeah, but that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it resonated. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 4. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Rhodonite Lotus and the 8th House Tarot, this is going to be a reading on who is coming into your life and why, preferably new connections. Obviously, I cannot control what comes out, but that is the intention. So we're going to use these oracle cards to look at who this person is. So to start, we have the sacral chakra with flexibility. We have the 2nd house with material goods. We have Lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. The shadow attribute is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. We have an eccentricity, as it flew out here. We also have power. And finally, we have the Lovers. Well, this is definitely like a super platonic friend. Obviously, I'm kidding. It could be a friend, but if this is a friend, this is one of the best friends you will ever have in your entire life. Like, this will be a ride or die friend that you have forever. Like, this is a friend, like, this is the type of friend where, like, you complete each other in a very powerful way, where your friendship, like, you just get each other. But for a lot of you, I mean, it could also be a friend, but definitely for a lot of you, this is a lover, like someone that you are meant to be in a long-term committed relationship with. And the vibe that I'm getting is that this is someone who is going to be very caring and very protective of you, and they are going to love you so much. The fact that we have the sacral chakra here, I definitely think that this person is really going to help you have more fun. I also think that they are going to help you be more, well, literally flexible. But not only that, I feel like this is someone who's going to help you lighten up a little bit. Like, their support and their encouragement and their support is going to be something that helps you feel safe to relax more, where you may realize, like, oh, I don't have to do everything myself. Oh, like, this person has my back. In terms of placements, the fact that we have the Lovers here twice, Gemini energy could be significant. We also have Venus here, so Taurus or Libra, which we do have Taurus right here in the second house. We also have the Moon in Scorpio and Saturn in Aquarius, so they could have either of those placements, or they could Saturn energy, which would be Capricorn, Moon energy, which would be Cancer. So they could have any of those placements, but they certainly don't have to. This is definitely someone that will love you so deeply and will just love you for who you are. There will be a very special attachment to one another. And I definitely think the physical connection between the two of you is going to be very powerful. And also, I think that there is going to just be this beautiful bond between the two of you, where both of you learn how to lighten up in different ways. Like, I think that in other ways as well, this person is really rigid and really fixed. Like, we have Scorpio and Aquarius here, which are both fixed energies, and I think that you may help them relax in certain ways as well. I definitely think that this is someone who is very concerned about financial success, and that is where their goals lie primarily. That could be something that you both bond over, like you both may be very focused on your careers or something like that. But I also think that this is someone who wants to be a provider, and also someone who really cares about caring for others. This is someone who wants to provide for someone, who wants to love someone and be loved. This is someone who knows what they want, and that is a deep, real, meaningful relationship with someone. The fact that we have Scorpio Moon here, like, this is someone who feels deeply and intensely. They may be a little bit mysterious, but they are someone who is, like, loyal to a T, but they may have a little bit of trust issues, so that might be something that you both work on together, is learning how to trust each other and learning how to build that trust. I also think both of you will bond over the fact that you're very unique, you're very different. I think there will be an especially intense attraction to one another, and not only that, but there's gonna be this beautiful feeling of, like, this person gets me. I don't have to filter myself around them. I don't have to be a version of myself that isn't authentic. Like, I feel like this person will be very encouraging of you, and vice versa. I also think this person is just gonna love who you are and feel this really deep connection to you, and vice versa. This is actually the most straightforward out of all three of them. So, Spirit, is there anything else you want to say before we get into the tarot? I mean, the biggest thing is just that, like, if you're doubting this or being like, no, like, it's not happening, you need to shut up with peace and love. Like, Stop blocking your blessings, all right? Stop trying to keep yourself safe out of fear. You're literally blocking your blessings. It's not right. It's not cool. But while I'm shuffling, I do want to give a big shout out to everyone who takes the time to like leave me a little like or a comment or a little subscribble. That helps me more than you realize. And also likes especially really let me know like what you guys are enjoying, what you want to see more of. And it helps me more than you'd realize. So shout out to everyone who takes the time to do that. Because it's like really simple and easy, but it makes a huge difference. So thank you for that. But we're going to go ahead and start by asking why this person is coming into your life. Now, for an obvious, everybody deserves to love and be loved. Everybody deserves to have that sort of love and romance in their life if they should want it. Or everybody deserves to have that ultimate bestie in their life. But let's see beyond that. Spirit, why is this person coming into pile 4's life? We have the Fool, which is beautiful. We have Uranus energy with the bot planet. This person is coming into your life because it's time for a new beginning. It's time to take a leap of faith on something or someone new, on a new type of relationship, or on love again. Even if this is a platonic type of love where this is like a friendship, this is still a deep love. Like this is a deep platonic soulmate love or a deep romantic love. This is the type of love that changes the way you look at the world. And I feel like and this actually might be something your person is dealing with too. Well, your person, this person, you may not know who this person is yet, but they are your person. You just haven't met them yet. Your future person. And also, maybe you have already met them, because I did want to mention as well, this could be someone who entered your life recently, and it could just be confirmation of that. But with that being said, with Uranus here and the Fool, this is, okay, my pet peeve with this deck, I'm going to be honest. So in the Minor Arcana, let me grab one. The name of the card is in this black font, or this block guy here, right? And then the astrological placement is in parentheses. But then in the Major Arcanas, the astrological thingy is in the title part, and the name of the card is in the parentheses. It confuses the shit out of me. I love this deck. I love this deck unconditionally. But why you do this? Anyway. I do love this deck unconditionally. I just forgot about that. So forgive me if I switch that up. But definitely this person is coming in because it's time for you to stop holding back. And it's time for you to take a leap of faith and to be vulnerable again. You know, it's not easy to take a leap of faith in love. And it's not easy to open your life up to someone. It's not easy to be vulnerable in that way. It does take a lot of trust, and it takes a lot of willingness to face your fears, willingness to be vulnerable, and willingness to potentially get hurt. And I think one big thing that Spirit is saying is to really trust this, because this is not a deceptive person. This is someone who is literally meant to be your lover. Like, this has like the same vibes as like Lover, the song by Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? So definitely a new beginning, a beginning that you've really been wanting, and something that is going to bring you a lot of peace and prosperity and joy. And white roses could be very, very significant to this connection. So Spirit, when/how will pile 4 meet this person? And if you already met them, then this can be confirmation that this is that person. When/how will pile 4... We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is so interesting because this has come through for almost like not the Queen of Pentacles, but like a court card has come through for so many of these. Spirit, can you clarify the Queen of Pentacles? Maybe the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So you could literally meet this person through your mother, or through a mother, or through like an earth, a feminine earth energy. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Though it doesn't have to be. it could be, in terms of when/how, it could be when you are in a position of like Queen of Pentacles energy, which is very abundant, very nurturing, learning how to mother yourself, being in a position of financial security. So if that's something you're working towards, then that's a big sign that this is coming in. And it's not like you have to like have $1 million to get this person, but when you are at a place of stability where you feel comfortable, where you're not like struggling to make ends meet to the point where you can't really focus on much, you know what I mean? This is definitely something where you may be balancing different energies at the time. Or with the Two of Pentacles being here, there could be multiple opportunities to meet this person, and it could just depend on when you both align. Like if you don't align the first time, you'll align the next time. But I definitely think you're being encouraged not to worry about timing in general. I think that this is a lot more about energy and a lot more about the both of you being ready. But I do see the potential of you meeting them through a person, a Queen of Pentacles type person, Queen of Pentacles type people, spouses, mothers, parents, very consistent, very solid people, abundant people, nurturing people, people that you can trust, very grounded, practical, nurturing. And it could be something where when you meet them, there's this like interesting balance between the two of you. But with the Two of Pentacles being here, I feel like they could come into your life at a time when you're juggling a couple of different things, or you found some stability in everything that you are juggling. I definitely think that one thing that is going to help bring this person in is a shifting of priorities, especially when it comes to your emotional needs. Especially if you're very guilty of like suppressing your emotions or invalidating them or ignoring them and just like funneling yourself into work or something else. I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you to embody your feminine energy more. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy within them. It's obviously at different ratios, but everybody can cultivate more of the other if you want to. And I think in this case, Spirit's really saying like you are going to be in your feminine energy when you meet this person. Like you are not going to be, and what I mean by that is like you are not going to be the one taking dynamic action towards this person. It seems like this person is going to be coming towards you, or you and this person are going to be brought together in a way that's kind of literally outside of your hands. Like this doesn't happen from your own action. It happens from an unfoldment, either through the interaction of a third party, likely an earth sign woman. Certainly doesn't have to be, but that is a likely case. And if not, you will be in a feminine, earthy energy when this person comes into your life. And I definitely, there's a lot of like, as frustrating as it is, there's not a whole lot of information as to when, but I think it's very important to recognize that like timing in general, like time isn't real, and also our perception of time can really create unnecessary problems because we're like, oh, when is this gonna happen, or how is this gonna, don't create any unnecessary difficulty. I definitely think that you could meet them when Jupiter is in Capricorn next, which I don't know when that is. That could be like so long from now. Who knows how long YouTube will be around and this video will be up. It is timeless, so whenever you find it is when it's meant for you. But I definitely think that you're going to be in a position where you're not actively seeking this or trying to bring it to you, but rather you are attracting it on your own with like trust and faith that the universe is bringing this to you. You're learning to be balanced in your own energy, learning to care for yourself, learning to, be your own parent. And I feel like this person will either come to you in a way that is a surprise or through the type of person I just described. So with that being said, I want to see what your dynamic will be like with this person. So Spirit, what will Pile Forest dynamic be like with their lover? I wish you guys could see my face because my jaw just dropped. But we have the King and Queen of Wands, which I love. You both could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but you certainly don't have to be. No matter what, like, or you could be you could have the same element in your sun signs, for example, but you don't have to. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole because it's really not necessary. But I definitely think your dynamic is going to be one that's very fiery and very passionate. And I actually think it's going to be this really beautiful balance of fire and water. I feel like both of you are going to feel more confident around one another. Both of you are going to be very attracted to one another and be attracted to each other. I think you both are going to have very engaging conversations. I think that you both are going to be very passionate towards one another. I think that your relationship is going to be very exciting. I think that, you know, this is the kind of power couple type energy. Like when you walk in the room, like all eyes on you. All eyes on the both of you. I also feel like you both really are going to be on the same wavelength a lot of the time. Like the fact that we have counterparts here coming out together, which is so special and cool, the King and Queen of Wands, I really do think that this speaks to more than just fire energy. Like I feel like you guys might match each other's energy more often than you realize. Like maybe both of you are feeling really emotional and sentimental at the same time. Both of you are really grounded and focused on practical matters. So you're both in like earth energy at the same time. Or, you know, you both are thinking really logically or really focused on logical outcomes. Like you both are in that brainstorming energy together. Like there's this real, I don't know why I just heard Cheech and Chong, which like, that's so fitting. So for some of you, it could be like, you could have like which I think they do. I don't want to speak for them. I don't know them personally, but it seems like they have a nice friendship. But I definitely think that you both you'll be friends and lovers unless there's no romantic attraction in that way. But both of you are really going to play to each other's strengths. You're going to be really well balanced towards one another. I also think that you guys are just going to be really excited to see each other all the time. There's going to be a lot of joy, a lot of fun, a lot of passion, a lot of playfulness. There's going to be an intuitive understanding between the two of you where you really don't have to explain yourselves. And when you do, it's really more so that you can like speak your truth and vent. Like the other person may know exactly what you're going to say or exactly how you feel, but it's almost like they want to hear you talk about it anyway because they want to give you that room and that space to speak from your heart or speak or tell them anyway, just like what you're feeling. I also think that this connection is spiritual in nature. So your dynamic will have a spiritual component to it. I mean, the wand suit is the most connected to spirit in the first place, and both of y'all have crowns on. So I really do think that there's gonna be like this deeper knowing that you were brought together for a reason, and your reasons for being together are not like, oh, you know, they're hot or, you know, some bullshit like that. Like the reasons for being together have deep meaning. Like you will have your physical connection and you will find each other hot, but that's just like, but the intellectual connection, the emotional connection, the spiritual connection, which is a big one, those are the things that are going to really solidify the connection. And I think it's actually going to make each other even more attractive. Like even if you are immediately attracted to one another and find each other very attractive, you're only going to be more attracted and more passionate about one another because there is this just like multi-dimensional connection between the two of you that goes so much deeper than one component, and you both will truly meet each other at each other's levels, and this is a good match. This is a good pairing. Like these are lovers. What can I say? Like this is beautiful energy, so beautiful. Love it. Okay, so now I want to see one thing that they will love about you, because there's clearly a lot that they will love about you, but now I know I did not just hear thunder. I don't think I did. I think that was just me hearing a noise. But anyway, Spirit, okay, they're like, you don't even need to ask. You don't even need to ask. We will tell you, okay? Okay, this is actually really beautiful. So we start with the Two of Cups. So one thing that they're going to love about you is the connection that they share with you, the fact that you mirror them in so many beautiful ways, and the harmony that exists between the two of you. They're going to feel so seen and so heard by you, and they're going to be really fulfilled by the fact that they can do the same. You know, if you have wounds around the fact that, like, maybe you feel like you weren't enough for a past partner, maybe you feel like, you know, you worry that you're not enough, you know, you're going to be able to see the impact of your love on each other. And, you know, your person is going to love the fact that you let them love you. Like, they're going to feel so lucky. And they're also just going to love the connection that you share. They're going to love it, that they feel a kindred spirit with you. They're going to love the harmony, the connection, the loyalty, the beauty, and the alignment that you share with one another. It's just gonna feel right. It's gonna flow easily, and it's just gonna be like, yeah, like the connection with this person is gonna help you understand why things didn't work out with past people. The fact that we also have the King of Swords, one thing that this person loves about you is your intellect. They're going to love having deep conversations with you. They're going to love, like, just looking at how you see things and looking at how you see the world. And one thing that they may love is that you may help them get out of a particularly destructive way of seeing the world. Like, I feel like you will help this person have more confidence in their own intellectual abilities. And I also think that this person will love the fact that they can talk to you so openly and honestly. You know, the fact that we have the Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I really do feel like they're going to realize the same thing. Why things didn't work out with past people, why things had to end. Because this person is going to feel intuitively what they didn't feel in the past. You know what's interesting is in this Two of Swords, you know, you've got two moons, right? But in this one, you only have one. And I think that you both will share a similar emotional resonance with each other. And I think that you both will have a sense of, like, this connection will be nourishing emotionally, especially for the both of you, and be a type of connection where you both can be very free and open and honest with your emotions. And there's like there's no such thing as being too much for one another. Like, you know, like, if you ever thought for a minute that you were too much, this person's gonna be like, what? Like, you're not too much. Like, the other people are just not enough. Like, and I think one big thing is that you may help this person get out of a very logical way of viewing things. Like, they may have had doubts or concerns in their past, like, what if I let someone go, or like, what if I never find someone. Like, this person may be worried around uncertainty. They may be worried that, like, they could have been worried that they would never find someone, and that like, for example, if they created an ending with someone in their past, they may have been worried that, like, they did the wrong thing. But, you know, how I'm talking about the two moons here, like, it seems like whatever was in the past, though, that connection, it wasn't very emotionally nurturing. There wasn't room for a emotional connection. And it seems like both parties had different ways of processing and expressing emotion, and it probably led to a lot of misunderstandings, and also a lot of insecurity around even sharing their emotions, because they felt like it wasn't safe. And with you, they're gonna realize excuse me, not only is it safe to be emotionally open with you, but the way that you process emotions, the way that you listen to them, the way that you help them see the world, it really will help them trust themselves more. And I feel like they'll have more confidence in who they are, more confidence in their path. And I feel like what they will love is just they feel like they have not only their best friend, but someone who roots them on, and someone who helps them look at the world in ways that are more helpful rather than more destructive, helping them see, you know, what isn't like, they love that you will show them what isn't serving them, and they will evolve in a way that allows both intellect and emotion to work together to come up with like the best solutions. Like there's a lot of trust here. They love that they will feel safe with you, and they love that you're so freaking smart. And they will also really love like how maybe you like to analyze people or analyze their emotions. I feel like they will really love being analyzed by you. It might be like a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time, they've never been seen by someone the way that they've been seen by you. And the fact that they don't even have to explain those things is really unreal to them, because at the very least in the past, if they've wanted to be seen, they've had to, you know, lay it all out on the table, you know, reveal their cards, haha. You know what I'm saying. But there's just this like this safety, this camaraderie, this mutual love, and it's like, what's not to love? Pile 4. That's so beautiful. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get some guidance for you and look at what guidance spirit has for you in terms of either manifesting this connection, or if this person is already in your life, connecting with them. So to start, we have clearing, obstacles removed, make space. So right now, if you are trying to manifest this connection, I feel like spirit is really encouraging you to do what you can to like literally make room in your life for this person. So whether that is, you know, letting go of connections that you know aren't going anywhere but maybe occupy your time, whether that is quite literally making room for someone else, so like, you know, cleaning out your closet, cleaning out well, it could also be your inner closet if you've got like a lot of emotional wounds that you know you need to deal with, you know, maybe working on addressing those so that you can make more space for what is and you're not holding on to what has been. I definitely think spirit is in the process of getting you ready to either meet this person or connect with this person more deeply. And we have new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. So yeah, there is a very, very spiritual component to this connection. And I feel like what spirit is saying is that the more you trust your own like spiritual guidance around this, the more you trust your intuition, and the more you trust in like the universe's madness. Like the universe is going to bring this person to you. And all you really need to do is kind of attune to your own spirituality, because you'll know when you need to take action in some sort of way, because you'll feel this intuitive nudge too. You may not know why. And in fact, the less you think about it, the better it is. Like the easier it will be for you to follow that guidance. So I feel like spirit is really encouraging you not to overthink things. And when you are overthinking things, to really take a step back, do some breathing exercises, really try to get out of your head and either like meditate or, you know, do something where whatever you do to feel connected to your own spiritual guidance, do that. We also have surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So yeah, this is once again spirit saying like, you literally don't have to do anything, but it would be really beneficial for you to maybe go within and meditate, because it could be that like spirit might show you, if you can see pictures in your head, spirit might show you images or signs or synchronicities that maybe you don't understand in the moment, but then they become synchronicities towards this connection. Like maybe you see them when you meet this person, you see them when you see this person again. Maybe emotional energy that hasn't been able to come to the surface needs to come out. You know, really let yourself process things as you need to, and also let yourself like if you find yourself randomly like having outbursts of emotion, that's okay. That's usually a sign like you may not understand why you're feeling all this emotion, and it's likely because you are, what is the right word? You are moving through energies that have been stuck and stagnant in your body for Lord knows how long. So if you find yourself randomly like experiencing emotional releases like that, that's definitely a sign that you're healing, that you're moving through things. So definitely not a bad sign, very good sign. We also have the ripple effect, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. Exactly. So spirit is literally saying like, there's so much more to this than you realize, and you're just like, you know, you're one component of this. And even this connection, I feel like you and this person are being brought together for a bigger reason than just love. I mean, that's a very big and very important reason, but I do think that there could be things that you accomplish together or that you work towards together, you know? I feel like you could really empower one another to be your best selves. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is that you don't have to worry about how things work out, because first of all, the details are being taken care of, and all you need to do is to attune to the divine, because the more that you do that, the more you are going to be in tune with their plan. You know, if you're sitting around here being like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to find my person, and you spend all your time like stressing out about it, the universe is not going to be able to tell you fucking dick, because you're not listening. You haven't cleared space in your brain to listen to what they want to tell you. So instead of ruminating, being like, I don't know when this person's gonna come, how am I gonna know? And you know, create a lot of internal drama. You say, listen, myself, chill the frick out. This person's coming. You feel it in your heart. You know it. So attune to the divine and freaking trust. What else you gotta do? You know what you need to do? You need to forget about it. You need to forget about it, and you just need to move forward with your life. Do what makes you happy. Talk to God, whatever you believe in, the trees, the grass, you know, just like chill the frick out, chill out. Surrender, trust, forget about it, and it will come to you. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't worry about no other gabagool. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's really fun. Anyway, let's look at your final card. This is not your final card. Actually, we have one more, but your final card for this part. Oh, we have true love. This love is once in a lifetime, yeah. So no matter what it is, like, I'm hearing that song, like, what it is, what's up, every good girl needs a little love, or something like that. But yeah, Spirit is really saying, like, you can trust this person, you can trust your feelings, and you've come too far, and you've done too much work on yourself to not see things through and see this out. And I really do feel like, yeah, there's a lot of love here. And listen, all I'm saying is that if you believe in the traditional concept of marriage, I better be invited to the wedding or I'm going to be very sad. Anyway, it's okay. At least send me a card or tag me in a picture. I love seeing you guys happy. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish this reading off with a postcard from Spirit to you. So if you would like to, ooh, unicorns seem to be significant, because I just cut this deck and then we have like 2 unicorns like canoodling over there. But if you would like this message to come from an unconditionally loving source, a specific unconditionally loving source, whether that be a passed on loved one, whether that be Spirit itself, a spirit guide, your spirit guides, an angel, angels, any unconditionally loving entity you believe in, maybe the higher self of this person, maybe your own higher self, whoever you want this message to come from. As long as it's unconditionally loving, we don't do anything that's not that. Feel free to ask and intend that happens. If you don't care, then it's just going to be from Spirit. So, Spirit, what guidance do you have for pile 4? What message could be most useful for them at this time? Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, we got this cute little one going on. Like, look at those little buddies. Look at those guys being dudes. Two little love bugs, and it says, "You are magic," which I agree with. Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creations of Spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all its flawsomeness. I like that word. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too. Imperfect and human, complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. And so for some of you, you may have to let go of an ideal of what you thought you wanted in love, especially if you have a long laundry list of superficial BS that does not, well, I don't want to call it BS, but sometimes, you know, sometimes we might miss out on something truly special because we're focused on unnecessary details that we've hyperfixated on for whatever reason. And I don't want to invalidate you. I'm sorry. I take that back. I don't ever want to invalidate you or make you feel like what you want is something that is silly or bad. So please forgive me. But what I will say is that you are perfectly lovable the way you are. And if you've been holding back on being open to something like this because you feel like you don't have enough money, or you feel like you're not valuable enough yet, or you're not there yet, like, that is something that you need to let go of. And I really just do think you need to trust in this and trust that, like, this will unfold exactly as it is meant to. So with that being said, pile 4, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. Don't watch them. I'm not a monster. I wouldn't expect you to do that, but, like, you know, do something more entertaining. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to support me and show appreciation for my channel, so thank you to everyone who does that. But if you would like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, which is so helpful. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. And you can subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. If you'd like me to see your comments, I usually see comments when I first upload, so beware of that. If you would like to support me in other ways, you can check out my candles. Be sure to use code ASAP10 for 10% off, or any other affiliate links. All that will be linked down below. I got social media linked below, merch linked below, and I got lots of other videos. If you haven't checked them out, you should. Maybe one with an extended if you got a spare $4. But with that being said, I'm getting goofy. I need to go to bed. But thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it resonated. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!